Greetings, adventurers! How goes
Whoa.
the battle?
Oh no.
Hello,
Rolling initiative.
Oh god.
Oh hell.
We're not quite at that
I
point
cast.
yet.
That's
9. That's
I
not.
rolled good. That was probably a waste of a good roll.
I was gonna say that's a good
That's
roll.
how dice work.
Yes, you're wasting all of the good rolls.
I got my crappy 9 out of the way.
Yeah, they dice reset when you go to sleep.
19.
Yeah.
'Cause
100%.
Dice
you're gonna
is
want that.
true.
Hello,
Yeah,
everybody. This
well-
is episode 35 of Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow, that's a lot of
That's a
episodes.
lot.
That is.
But it's episode 1 on
It's-
twitch.tv/longest day.
Well,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exclusively
the
David
last one was on
Longest.
both, but
Exclusive.
so this is
Exclusive.
technically the second
Yeah.
one on this channel. But sure. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome. Welcome to
Hi.
this my personal channel.
Yay.
But still with the wonderful, wonderful people you see around me, because I'm joined by Sam
Hi.
and Bloomers
Hello.
and Lucy
What up?
and Trelawney
Shonai Bird.
and Andy.
Sorry, what? I mean, hello.
Shemai, bud.
Something in Welsh.
Shemai.
When in doubt,
Gosh.
assume Welsh.
A flirbs, but
He's speaking
What a
Dwarvish.
noun dog.
Damn, I didn't know you could speak Welsh, Andy. Dear Lord.
Yes, this is Dungeons and Dragons, where we play a 5th edition D&D game in a custom world with wonderful players, and stuff happens, you know.
I love when
things.
stuff happens.
Yeah.
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 If
That's my
things,
favourite.
if stuff
Maybe-
didn't happen, it'd be a really boring game.
maybe
True.
one session with nothing.
We could do that,
Yeah.
just like
Oh, we must have had some of those already.
I'm gonna stay in my room
roll for how good
all
your
day.
breakfast is.
We've done that before.
It's the
Yeah,
Hobbit
some stuff
episode,
like that.
basically.
Oh,
Oh
it's a
no,
one.
breakfast is terrible.
Terrible
Oh.
breakfast.
Breakfast
Oh.
is ruined.
It's off.
Oh.
Oh, no.
We had a bit of that last night on 3 Men in a Boat.
Oh god.
Bad,
There was
bad
literally
breakfast.
an entire episode, the book that I'm reading, entire like multiple
A
paragraphs,
guy attempting to make scrambled eggs.
just failing in every conceivable way and some inconceivable ways at making
Yeah.
scrambled eggs. It's
Quite
Perfect.
impressive.
We leveled up last time, didn't we? That's happened.
Oh,
What did I-
piss!
Yes.
What did I collect?
Did you not?
Sam
did you
did
not
not
take
remember
the thing?
this.
Are you sure
I-
we leveled up? Because
Yeah,
some of
we
us
did.
didn't.
What?
We did
Hang on.
because my HP is really high.
Yeah,
We're level 10
to-
now. Yes,
level 10. Yeah.
Mine says I've done that. Did I do that?
You must
I
have.
know.
done.
I
I
did
have-
it.
I
Two
definitely
can-
have.
Sam did.
I have more cantrips than I should have.
Oops.
Well,
I vaguely,
That's fine.
Did I do this?
I mean, it's not like you have to pick spells though.
Oh yeah, I must have
'cause
done. Yeah, because I've got level
Stone's
5
just
spell now.
just
so
got all
that's-
of his spells.
Yeah, but I need to know if
Yeah.
I get like new slots or access to anything, and I need to like put my.
Sure. Well, while you look up that, I guess I'll do a
Yeah,
recap
no, I definitely have. Yeah, I've done
of
it.
where
Yeah.
we are.
4 cantrips.
Okay. Can someone help me?
Get
I need
Trelawney on
so
board.
Yeah,
much help.
Get
Yeah,
Trelawney.
yeah.
Your hit dice.
Yeah, do the hit
Dave
dice.
might mute-
uh,
Dave's just gonna
cry.
mute all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
just.
So
you know what you do? Just roll your hit dice.
previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
We're very sorry, Dave.
It's fine. It's fine.
Send
So
a link, Sam.
Cheers.
the party have split into two groups from the pirate island of Skip. Stone, Magpie, and Xander went off with a crew of mercenaries looking for the kidnapped son of the king. They picked up a person who revealed themselves to be Baracus Creed, someone from Magpie's past. And then after a confrontation with the captain of the mercenaries and a battle where they prevailed, they have continued on, still looking towards the goal of potentially rescuing the king's son. Along the way, they have met an old woman called Ira Marsh, where they're escorting at least part of the way to Coldwall. Though if they could take her the full way, there is a a reward that has been mentioned of a large amount of gold.
Which we desperately need.
Yeah. And they also, after an encounter with a band of shark spiders,
Shiders.
Shiders. No.
they
Adorable shiders.
yes, they have met Thule, who is is it a satyr or a faun? I can never remember.
They're the same thing,
Okay,
but a satyr.
is it technically a satyr in?
Well, it's a
D&D?
satyr according to D&D and
Okay.
what I say too. So, but yes.
Sure, we'll go with satyr. A satyr called Thule, and that is where they are. Back on the island of Skip, Douglas has ingratiated himself with the Mechanist Guild after being requested to by the pirate lord of the island. Discovered various untoward misgoings on underneath in their dungeons with various monsters and creatures. While Yulna has made at least one friend within the Arcanist Guild, but then after Douglas went missing within the Mechanist Guild, attempted to discover his whereabouts and potentially free him, but unfortunately met with a sad demise whilst entering the dungeon, the hands of a large mechanical drider. Douglas has, since learning of Yulna's fate, managed to free himself and free a lot of the creatures beneath the dungeon, causing chaos and the death of the head of the Mechanist Guild. And then in escaping, the same drider that faced Yulna has managed to discover what remains of Yulna, picked up one of her daggers, said his farewells, and then blasted his way into a kind of possibly part of the sewer, some kind of flowing water, and that is where we left him. So that is where I guess we will pick up. Douglas,
Yes, Bert.
your body is thrown kind of this way and that as you wind your way in the dark, completely pitch black. But even if you could see, there's not really anything to see. I mean, you do have dark vision, but all you can see is wet stone racing past you on all sides. It stays pretty much the same width as you go, widens slightly after about maybe a good 4 or 5 minutes, and then you feel yourself falling. Just a short drop, and then into a large amount of water beneath you as your vision is somewhat blinded by the sudden emergence into the outside world, and you fall into the sea off the side of one of the islands, apparently through some kind of outlet pipe.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you, to start with, if you want to make an athletics check, just to see if you
Sure,
can immediately find your footing. Your armor
No worries.
starts to feel very heavy as you're treading water.
Yeah, I picked up the die and rolled it by accident, so I guess we'll take that one. So that's a 10 plus whatever my athletics is, and I would also like to activate the water breathing helmet.
Of course.
That I installed.
Yes. So a kind of strange arcane
11
bubble
total.
inflates itself around your head, and you begin to breathe normally, even though you are slightly underneath the water. And what was your athletics check?
11.
Okay. So interestingly enough, you're not able to kick your feet enough to bring yourself back to the surface. Yet the strange bubble around your head seems to have equalized your
Buoyant,
weight,
is it?
so
It's
you're just
human.
kind of floating
No.
a few feet below the surface. You look around and you can see above you the rippling water and the sun shining off of it.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
I guess I'd like to try and make my way towards land as best I could.
Sure.
I suppose.
You're not too far away from just the side of the island. You can see just like a dark shadow of rough rock near you, but you're not entirely sure which direction would get you back on dry land.
Okay. Then I guess a struggle up to the surface to get a bearing.
You want to give me another athletics check?
Yeah, I suppose I will. Yeah. Oh, that's much better. Oh,
Hey,
that's
nice.
18 on the dice, 19 total.
Okay.
So athletic.
Obscenely athletic.
You emerge onto the surface of the water.
Disgustingly athletic.
You can see the sun setting in the opposite direction of the island to you. So you gather you are on the west side of the island.
Okay.
So you look around. You can't quite make out any of the docks that you're aware of. And looking up, there's maybe a good 20 foot of vertical stone, and then walls on top of that. And about a third of the way up, you can see the pipe that you emerged from, still spilling water down onto the sea.
Okay. I guess I just pick a direction and follow the coast around and hope.
Okay.
I
Which
guess
direction?
So which sides? Which ways is the island spreading in front of me? Is it? I'll go left.
So
Whichever way that is.
So basically, you think you're, judging by the sun, you're on the west side of the island. So you could go north or south, kind of basically
Right.
clockwise or anti-clockwise around the island.
I will head north,
Okay.
clockwise. Yeah.
You swim relatively slowly, your armor weighing you down, but you still manage to maintain a half decent speed. Just kind of keep going, trying to conserve your energy as best you can. And you make your way around to a small dock area
Okay.
that you can see. If you want to give me one more athletics check as you approach.
Rog. McDodge. 17, 18 total.
Okay. You make your way over to one of the wooden poles that head kind of down into the depths and try to pull yourself up. There's no obvious ladder or rope or anything. There's no boats docked on this side of the island from what you can see.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem to be made for people to just kind of swimming off the side to be able to climb back up. But as you reach up and your fingertips grasp the edge of the wood and try to pull yourself up, you feel a firm hand around your wrist and then another on the other. And someone is trying to pull you out of the water. If you want to make a strength check with advantage to see if you can heave yourself back up.
Lovely. I like the sound of that. Okay, so that's a 16, so plus... Yeah, just a flat strength check?
Strength, but with advantage.
Yeah, okay. That's a 17.
Okay, yeah. Relatively easy with this person helping you. You heft your weight out of the water, just kind of lie on your side on the wood of the dock for a moment, just breathing. And you look up at this figure glowing orange in the sunset. Fairly simple dressed, some bits of armor, but a large bucket on their head,
Oh, sorry.
obscuring
Yay!
their,
Oh my
their
goodness.
features. Douglas, brother.
Bucket? Where the bloody hell have you been? And I'm gonna hold myself up.
Aww.
Yay.
Oh,
It's
oh.
a strange time of day for a swim, and you're not really dressed for the occasion. What's going on?
You can say that, and I'm gonna shake the water off from my beard and from my face. Oh. Yeah. I need to get back to the Pirate Lord. I have to tell him what's happened, or tell who was it? Was it a woman? It might have been a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell her what's happened. Yeah, and then thank you. We'll catch up later. Much has
Bryn
happened,
is the pirate
and
lady.
I'm gonna look up, get my bearings, and steam ahead to try and find where the
As you
Pirate
go,
Lord was.
as you go to leave, he places a strong hand upon your shoulder. The great bucket in the sky
Oh god.
told me something terrible had happened, and that I'd find you here.
Mhm.
What is it? What's going on?
The great bucket in the sky has you well informed, it would seem. There's no easy way of saying this, Bucket. Yulna's gone.
Where's she gone?
Oh my god.
To the gods below. Assuming as a fellow dwarf, he would understand what I'm talking about.
I see.
This is Bucket we're talking about.
I feared when I left to walk my own path that something like this could happen, and I wouldn't be there to save you. I blame myself.
I mean, I get that. I think there's a fair bit of that going on with me at the moment, to be quite honest. But I must inform the Pirate Lord. As sad as this is, I cannot dwell on it for now. I must inform the Pirate Lord of what's gone on. Will you come with me?
Of course, brother. We do what we can for those we care about.
That we will. On we go.
So you head back into the city. There's not too many people out on this side of the island. It seems like the main bulk of goings on seem to happen in the thoroughfare between the south main dock and the central areas where most of the important buildings are. But you wind your way through the streets, getting a little lost because you hadn't been to this side of the island, but with the sunset as a marker, you managed to make your way south far enough that you see buildings you recognize and make your way to the large central hall where you've met the Pirate Lord several times before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just burst through the door and ask, did I ever learn the name of the Pirate Lord? I've forgotten.
Yes.
If I did, I'd
Dave
like
remember?
to call her. Yeah. 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 I'd like to
Admitted.
burst
Her
through the
name's
door.
Bryn.
Bryn Dashart.
It's Bryn Dashart, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so in true Welsh fashion, I'll burst through the door shouting, Bryn! Where are you, Bryn?
As you just kind of push open the heavy doors with a blast of strength, you can see at the far end she is sat on the driftwood throne, several people around her just seeming to have some kind of casual conversation, which stops immediately as you make your entrance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, I'd like to go up to the throne, catching my breath and trying to contain myself.
Mm-hmm.
So Bryn, the Mechanist Guild, I confirmed what was going on. Much has happened. people have died. Douglas is like trying to keep himself together with like all that's happened, but is failing slightly. And he'd say the head of the Mechanist Guild is dead. Your suspicions were
she
correct.
Swings her legs round over the arms and sits kind of alert up in the chair. Suddenly, all focused on you. Continue.
Well, the the head of the Mechanist Guild is dead by my hand. Your suspicions were correct. They were up to no good in the basement of that guild. They were hybridizing things. They were unnatural interweavings of creatures that should not be interwoven. Machinations of the most ungodly sort. I cannot believe what I witnessed down there. And
Intriguing. But you say you have done away with that little toe rag, Warren Tanner. This.
At the mention of his name, I'll spit on the floor.
Hey.
Aye, that I have.
You don't do things by half, do you, Mr. Dwarf? Well, this is good. I will send some associates over there, and I guess if they're in a state of somewhat unrest or panic, then maybe this would be a good chance to seize control, place someone a bit more respectable at the head of their guild. She looks at some of the people around her, and one of them nods and just turns to leave the room.
What about the Drider?
Yeah, there's some things that are still down there. Might be worth being cautious. In fact, I have a favor to ask if you're sending people down.
Of course. You've earned that and more, I'd say.
There's a compatriot of mine who fell during inside the Mechanist Guild. If you could recover her body for me, so I may give her a proper resting, that would be much appreciated.
Of course. We'll do what we can.
Thank you.
If things are as dangerous as you suggest, then maybe it will take a bit longer. We can post up sentries and ensure that nothing else escapes. I have heard one or two rumors of strange creatures being seen in the past hour or so. I have no doubt this is something to do with you, but they don't seem like anything we can't handle around here. But if there's something more deadly, then perhaps it will take longer.
Well, you must be careful. They have machinations and sentries disguised as mundane objects hidden. I don't know where all of them are. There's one in particular, a golem that's it was in a cell last I saw it, but door open, it could get out at any time. I don't know what it responded to that devil's commands, and I don't know if it respond to any others, so just be mindful. There's also a mechanical half spider, half human down there, which was the thing that killed my friend. While saying this, Douglas is again struggling to contain himself. Just be mindful. I couldn't dispatch it.
Understood. Perhaps it would be best to seal off the guild for a few days. Maybe maybe their creations can deal with each other, and we'll try and deal with whatever's left.
Okay, Douglas just nods his head without saying anything.
I understand you have lost a comrade in arms, but this is a great victory to be celebrated. Can I offer you a drink? You have my utmost thanks, as well as any favor upon top of that which you've already asked. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
Yeah, when you recover the body, would you be able to send it to Dvari's Deep in the 4th? I intend to build a crypt. She had no known kin, and so I intend to build a crypt as is proper, and that will be her immortalization in stone, as she deserves.
Of course. I think we have a few merchants who weave their way through the sundered shore around the north coast. Make it as far as Gundinston, if you're aware of that. I'm sure you can. Yeah, so Gundinston is the port town, pretty close to Dvari's Deep, so you'd be aware of that.
Okay, cool. Yes,
Yes,
that'd be marvelous.
we will send word when they make it there. But as for your reward, is there anything else? Anything else I can do?
There is. I need to find my compatriots back on the mainland. Was it? Oh, I've forgotten. Was it Wolvia? Or were we? Yeah, it was Wolvia that they went to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to. I need to rejoin them and inform them of what's happened.
I think that can be arranged. And she reaches into her jacket to an inside pocket, pulls out a small silver coin, and flicks it towards you.
Catch it.
As you catch it, look at
Do I
it.
need to change?
It's like no money that you've seen before. It's
Okay.
It seems to contain, or like have embossed within it some manner of pirate symbol. Not one you're familiar with, but it has obvious kind of like skulls and swords and that sort of insignia.
Sure.
Give that to one of the ships down in the dock, and they'll take you wherever you want to go. That's worth. It's worth about as much as anything I can give.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
At this point, Bucket, who's just kind of followed you around to this point, says, actually, if there was a plot of land somewhere on the island that could be donated to the great Church of the Bucket, then that would be a good reward, don't you think, Douglas? Hey.
If you say so, Bucket.
If this is something else you want, then I'm sure we can find somewhere.
I think it would. I think I would like it if Bucket could have a place where he's content to stay on an island, isolated from the rest of the world.
And he's free to run around all day long. There's other buckets there. He's always happy. He's very happy.
Off to a farm. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he takes another step forward. Well, actually, have you heard about the great news of the grand bucket in the sky? No, well, let me tell. And he walks forward, so begins talking, pulls out some of his pamphlets, and
I shan't stop him. Oh.
so yeah, the pirate lord just kind of sits back in her seat, pulls a bottle from somewhere, and just kind of
Correct
seems
response.
to let Bucket continue talking and enjoys another drink.
Fair enough.
So yeah, she seems to have turned her attention away from you and is happy that your business has been concluded. So what would you like to do?
With that, I'd like to thank the Pirate Lord for her help, all the help that she's given whilst we've been here. Even if it was an agreement of mutual interest, I appreciate the willingness to go through with the many favors of which I have asked. And yeah, I'd just say, as a last thing, could you send the remains? Send it for Clan Deep Forge in Dvari's Deep.
If you want that tracks, you need to pay extra.
Yeah. So like a sending stone on it, or like a little.
Yeah.
You can just ping it wherever I want. Yeah.
It's just like you just get like a photo, like teleported into your mind somehow. It's like you just get like a pair of shoes and like half a cave entrance, and there's just Yuna's body lying there. And it's like, yeah, I think that's mine.
Yeah.
She nods.
So yeah. Well, farewell, and I'll give a bow, and suppose I'll leave and head for the docks.
You head out, leaving Bucket still talking, still mostly being ignored, but
Yeah,
He's having a nice time. You know?
he's having a great day.
He thinks he's got a captive audience.
Yeah.
you head down towards the docks. It's starting to turn into a kind of dark evening. The sky goes from orange to a pinky purple on the opposite side, and the nightlife starts to kind of pick up as you make your way down, and you head down to the docks, and there's actually only one ship moored up at the main docks currently.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'd like to go there and see if they can get me over.
You head over, and it's a fairly grand ship from the ones you've previously seen and the ones you've been on. Has 5 masts, a large complement of sails, and as you get closer you can see there's 2 full rows of gun holes, currently closed, but on the side, and a pretty decent paint job all over, although you can see in some areas where it has been patched up from damage. You heading like right up to it. There's kind of one central gangplank that leads up to the top deck. But as you approach, you also see there are two figures standing guard in kind of simple leather armor, but emblazoned with some manner of golden insignia.
Okay. Have I seen the insignia before? Do I recognize it? Or
Give me a history check.
sure thing. Ooh, that die went, I don't know, but it was a 15
Oh, it's
plus.
way over there.
History, was it?
Yeah.
I've got +9 to history, so that's 21.
21. Yeah, it's a It's a golden crest with a bird kind of spread winged and a crown hovering above it. This is the Cadagast seal, that symbol of Kagaspia and the king. So these are apparently soldiers related to the crown in some way.
This will go fine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's wise to present the the seal of, the pirate lord to the Royal Navy. But yeah, I guess I'll yeah, I don't know if I can get passage on that ship. I may have to turn back.
I mean, the Pirate Lord might own. Well, there might be a corrupt navy, right? Probably very likely.
Again, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth risking, because I don't want to be arrested on my way back.
What would Xander do?
That's not a good question
Well,
to ask.
And then don't do that, right?
yeah.
What would the morally ambiguous halfling do?
I'm not morally ambiguous. I've just got issues.
I've just made like a deal, like a pact for my soul with some
Eldritch
That's
being.
a little dirty, but
Yeah.
you know, perfectly fine moral compass. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would talk to the guard. I guess I'd go, hello, excuse me.
Halt! State your business.
Yeah, I'm looking for passage to Wolvia. You wouldn't happen to be willing to do that, would you?
Kind of looks you up and down. Piss off.
Wow.
She goes back to
Fair
staring
enough.
straight ahead.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. I don't know what I expected.
Punch
But-
them. Punch them.
Oh, I don't think that's worth it. No.
Xander would.
In that case, like, fair enough. I'll just turn about and head to the inn and drink myself away until the ship comes.
I guess at least you didn't go, you match the description of one of those town records.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
True. Yeah. I assume I'm still covered in sewer and salt water.
I feel like
So-
out of all of us, Douglas would be the most recognisable.
Yeah, because he just
Probably,
doesn't
yeah.
ever change appearance.
Other than the elephant.
Pretty
maps.
easy to spot.
Oh, apart
Yeah.
from possibly the Loxodon.
But at least other Loxodons exist, right? Just a giant
guess,
shrieking
yeah.
can
Other Douglases
walking down the
probably
street.
do.
Yeah, with like glowy streaks in the joints of the armor. And, like,
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
like,
Yeah.
So you head back into town to the equal rope where you and Yorna had been staying.
Yeah.
You're just gonna turn in, gonna spend the evening there.
Yep, I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna ask for 2 pints. I'm not gonna drink one of them, and I will just continue drinking the rest. Basically, I'll just keep ordering and leave one free.
Sure. So you get to about your third round. So there's still three full pints sitting on the table opposite you, and you've been shooing various people who've tried to kind of sit down next to you and take the other unclaimed drinks, and you've just been kind of explaining that
For a
they're
fallen
for a
comrade.
friend,
Yeah.
yeah. But as it gets later, and even the more persistent of bar patrons have left you alone, someone else comes down and sits at your table. Kind of dark blue cloak on, with a deep hood. Sits there for a moment, and then pulls back the hood, and you see a female, half elf, with long, straight, dark hair.
It's thingy.
She just kind of looks at you for a moment.
Just say,
Arwen.
shut up.
Okay, I'll say, presumably a bit had, the effect of a few pints in me. I've already told a lot of you that those are for a friend.
She reaches into her cloak and pulls out a piece of parchment, and with a finger just traces over it quickly in a scribble. And as she pushes it across the table towards you, you see ink forming seemingly out of nowhere, and as it forms the letters and words in front of you, you look down and read Douglas Deepforge ?
And I'll hiccup. That's clever.
Oh God.
Yes. Aye, who's asking?
She pulls the paper back to the center of the table, just kind of passes her hand over the top of it. The letters immediately dissolve, and she again begins scribbling on the paper. I had the pleasure of meeting your friend.
Did you now?
This kind of continues again, just wiping the page clean and continuing to write. She told me about you, about where you were staying. I've been keeping an eye on her, but when I looked today, only darkness.
Aye, that's sounds about right. I'm gonna chug another pint, slam it down, and ask for another one.
Again, she wipes the paper and writes, "I'm sorry."
Thank you. So am I. Have a seat. And I'll gesture to the empty seat beside me.
She shuffles over. Again, wipes the paper. Was it a good end?
Douglas will pause for a moment and say, it looked like she didn't go down easy. And it looks like it was quick.
She smiles. Even in your drunken state, you do notice, in between writing the paper and passing it back to you, she does seem to stare fairly intently at your face, waiting for the response. Again, she writes, "She was a good soul. She cared for you a lot."
Oh, sorry. Sorry, no. Sorry, I was in character. I was like waiting for more. Sorry. No, out of character. Sorry, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm confused. Was it just that she was a good soul, or is the
And she cared for you a lot. It's the end.
Oh, sure. Aye. Too good of a soul for this world. He's gonna start chugging again. Fifth pint down, slamming and asking for another.
What of your plans now?
Now, I must inform my companions of her falling. I've already arranged for the remains to be sent to Dvari's Deep So, once I get to my compatriots, I'll be informing them of her early parting. And then I shall head back for the 4th for a time. I need to build the crypt. I need to form a funeral. I need to figure out where to go from here. So I shall be taking a trip, and I may be sometime.
Perhaps I can help you.
How would that be?
Firstly, I will be petitioning the Arcanist Guild to assist in the dissolution of the Mechanist Guild. Whatever creatures they have down there, I assure you, they will not be a match for our combined magics.
Good. I have a request, if that's the case.
Of course.
If you find the research, burn it. They used my machinations that my machinations are not for destruction. They're for innovation, creation. They're to make the lives of the people who need it most easier. I was blinded by ambition and didn't see what their true intentions were. I can't allow it to happen again. I don't know where the research is. I don't know how much of it they took. So I don't know what they learned. So it just needs to go. All of it.
The pursuit of knowledge is a noble end in the right hands. She holds out one of her hands, turns it over, and flames begin emerging from the palm. She closes her fingers around it. It will be done.
Thank you. That's all I can ask. I appreciate your kindness. And I'll ask the bartender for another drink.
The bartender brings over another 3 drinks. I'm closing up now, but you have these.
Thank you.
She goes back to the paper again. You could ask more of me. Your journey over the seas. Perhaps I can shorten it.
That would be helpful. Yeah. If you wouldn't mind. I don't even know where my companions are, not exactly. I know they're in Wolvia, and I know they went inland, but I don't know exactly where.
I will meet you here tomorrow. We will do what we can.
Okay. Thank you. And I guess should see you in the morning. And I'll chug down that last pint, slam it to the ground. Or to the bar, not the ground. Just so drunk, just like
Missed the
reeling
Tatum
through
entirely.
the
Whoa.
yeah.
She writes on
And
the
I'll
paper.
go to a. Sorry, go on.
Writes on the paper, "Sleep well, Douglas Deepforge," and just leaves it on the table and stands up and walks out.
You've been drugs.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Yeah. I'm gonna wake up press ganged onto some ship.
Yep.
Like, yeah, and that's the fate of Douglas now. That's... Yep, I shall
Started a brand new
retire.
Douglas Deepwater adventure.
Spin-off campaign. Whoa. Yeah, no, I'm gonna retire to the back room. Douglas is gonna curl up onto the floor into a ball. Now that he's alone, he's just going to break down and cry, and probably not sleep very much.
Doggy.
Sure. You sleep very deeply and dreamlessly to your... What's the word? Goodness. It's good. It's basically good.
Sure.
Good that you didn't dream, because...
Sure.
To your benefit.
To your benefit, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's it. Yeah.
But the morning comes. The morning goes. You wake up in the afternoon. As you emerge from your sleeping quarters, the half-elf woman is there waiting for you again, sat in the same place at the same table.
Then I'll walk over and rub my face, trying to come to, and apologies. I didn't have a great night last night. So, what's the plan?
This time, she doesn't have a piece of paper. She waves her hands, and sparks begin dancing in the space between you, forming words in the same way that the ink on the page did before. Seems like, since there's basically no one around in the bar at this point, she can be a little less subtle. So
Sure.
is now talking with the sparks that Yuna had previously seen. I can help find your friends, and then, with a bit of luck, I can send you either directly to them or somewhere nearby.
Okay. Sounds good. Then let's get to it. What do we need to do?
How well can you describe them? Or better yet,
Douglas,
do you
is
have
a
anything
robot.
that belongs to them?
Good question. Do I?
Do you?
I haven't stolen like a moldy, rotted vegetable from Xander at some point. I can use like some carrot dust. Like
You have the whole, correct?
It's fine.
Hasn't.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay.
You have the portable hole, do you not?
I
Like,
might.
you know,
yeah.
some of our stuff is kind of shared, right? So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
belongs to the
Then-
whole party.
Yeah, I guess. Then
Your
yeah, I
money.
would say. True. Yeah, sure. I guess I do. Here, this magic item, portable hole. It's kind of ours collectively. Would that work?
She looks at it and thinks for a moment. It's possible, not the strongest. Is there anything else?
Good question. Give me a moment. I'm going to
Do
go
it
back into the back room and
Do-
open the hole.
Open the hole. Okay.
And via keen mind, is there anything I would recognize as distinctly someone's?
Maybe. Have we got the contents of the hole written anywhere?
I don't have the contents of the
I
hole.
know what was in it when I last had it.
Okay. I think you sent that
it
to me
was-
at some point.
2 buckets,
Mhm.
800 gold, but minus the amount spent to get to skip, so less than 800. And Douglas's printing press components.
Is that it?
Oh, and
I'm
also,
pretty sure we had an entire room of furniture in there.
Oh,
uh,
did.
yeah, we
yeah,
did.
and there was also the chunk of pedestal in there as well from when you got your glowy stone.
Did we nick a statue?
Yeah,
That was
there's
like
a part-
monster.
Yeah, there's a part of a statue.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
lump of the thing near where
It's
you
like
got
a
your the slime
Disorganized
dungeon.
cupboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There is furniture in there as well. But yeah, that's what I had written down.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go to the place that the furniture's from, That doesn't sound very
Or the
good.
dungeon where the crystal
Yeah.
was, maybe.
Yeah. I guess I don't then. I don't think I actually have anything of anyone's.
I
Okay.
feel like I gave something to Douglas at some point.
You probably kind of do, but who knows?
Yeah, maybe I do.
Ooh,
but
was
it's
there
just
not?
listed somewhere.
Oh no! Did you take?
What's in your actual inventory? /
Yeah.
did we swap
In
reading material at some point?
my
Oh,
Oh.
Didn't
Oh,
you have?
maybe.
Didn't
Oh,
you have a
no.
book that kind of
Are we going to be able to get through this because of the good grace of T.S. Bullsworth? Oh my
yes,
goodness!
please.
He smiles
Yes.
upon
It's
us.
possible. Who last has
So
the T.S.
good.
Bullsworth book?
We have 2 T.S. Bullsworth books, right?
We
Yeah.
do.
I've got one of them in my inventory. And I think you.
And I think one of them's in mine. Yeah.
Oh yes,
Sure.
yes. This is great.
What do you have it written down? I can't remember what it's called.
It was Tristan Troll.
I think Tristan Trolls was the first one we had.
Tristan Trolls was the first one, and then it was the Priestesses Without Shame.
There's no. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Amazing.
Try that.
Oh.
The power of Baldsworth compels you.
Sure. Yeah. So you pull out this book.
Shame.
No,
It's like the
don't
shame.
judge me. Yeah, no. Listen, it's gonna be a bit odd. All right.
This belongs to my friend, not me.
Yeah, this is it belongs to it belongs to a friend. That's what you asked me for. So it's true. Okay, it's not an excuse. I promise.
She's had a fairly serious demeanor throughout the conversations she's had, but this is the first time you see a slight smile creeping across her face. The sparks form again. This will work.
Marvelous.
Give me a moment.
T.S. Ballsworth coming in clutch. Let's go.
She takes one of the discarded drinks containers from the previous night, pours out what little liquid remains in it onto the table. She kind of begins swirling her hand over it. It spins and becomes a highly polished surface, almost like a mirror. And then she begins staring into it deeply. And even though all of your conversations have been through these words, either on the page or through the physical sparks in the air, you do see her now moving her mouth as if she was talking, but you don't hear any words coming out. This is seemingly how she performs the verbal component of her, of her spell casting.
You're muted. You're on mute. If you could just.
Wow, Sam.
Wow. No.
Can't hear what you're saying.
Sam would like to
No.
apologise to the deaf community.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I apologise to the deaf community.
There we are.
That is not the joke I was attempting to make.
Anya did. So.
I think you might need to sign that, Sam.
Yeah. No.
Now that's a good joke.
I don't think we heard you.
No, don't make it worse. Don't make it worse.
I'm sorry, Chip.
Yeah. Wow.
At least was a good joke, though.
Oh goodness. Oh, the actual state. Okay.
So, who was the last person to have the T.S. Ballsworth book? Is it
It's gotta be
Xander?
Xander, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it was Xander.
Yeah. I think we found it together. I distinctly remember.
Yeah.
Okay, Xander.
Dougie and Xander sharing
Can
reading
Yeah.
material.
Oh no.
you make a wisdom
Dear,
saving
dear.
throw for me?
I have to make a wisdom saving
Yes.
throw.
You are
Uh-oh.
being scried upon.
Hey.
Oh no! Get out of my head. Go away. Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom. Okay, my wisdom's not amazing. Oh, that is glorious 7 plus 1, 8. I just add the modifier, right?
Yeah.
Oh
I
no!
think so.
I have proficiency on wisdom saving throws. That's a thing that halflings get, which
Okay.
means I actually get +5. So 7 plus 5.
12.
I was
Okay.
going to say 8, but that's not right.
Also, Andy, you're getting quite dark now.
Yeah, it's good.
And then it's
Dramatic.
it's +5 for second-hand knowledge, but -4 because of the possession of the book.
Oh, okay.
So it's an extra 1 on top of that, which does succeed. Right. So she spends a good 10
We
minutes
wanted to
just
succeed, don't we?
staring.
That's good. No?
Yes.
Mhm.
She spends a
Nice
good 10 minutes staring at this polished liquid surface. You try looking into it yourself, and you can just see your own reflection back in.
Curious.
But as she comes out of her trance-like state, the liquid just kind of falls still again, begins seeping through the table and dripping onto the floor. But she again forms words from sparks in front of you. I found your friends. They are in the wilds, far from any town or city. There was bodies around them. They were building some form of makeshift mausoleum.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But I can try to send you. It was not without risk, but this has helped.
All right.
Is your business here concluded? There is nothing more you need before you leave?
I should say goodbye to Bucket. I should let him know I'm going. And then, can you give me like an hour or two? And I'll be ready.
Course. Do you know where the Arcanist's Guild resides?
Do I?
We had, didn't we have like tea and cake in the building near it before?
There was a
Oh,
coffee
maybe,
shop
yeah.
opposite it.
Right
Yeah, you
nearby,
might
yeah.
have been there.
Yeah, then I probably do because
Sure.
of Keen Mind. I just need to have seen it once.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then yeah, I do.
Very well. I will see you in an hour or two.
Sounds good. See you then. I'm gonna walk out the door and try to locate Bucket.
Okay. Takes kind of 20-30 minutes, but in one of the more run-down areas of the city, you find him with an individual who you recognize from yesterday as one of the persons with the Pirate Lord was having a conversation. And Bucket is now standing with them in front of a half-burnt building. See, Bucket is very enthusiastically pointing to things and talking this guy's ear off. You see, if we knocked out this, then we could put a giant bucket just hanging over. Instead of a roof, we have a massive bucket.
And I'm going to, upon seeing it, I'm going to put my hand on and go, Bucket!
Douglas, brother. We're going to put it
Good to
all
see
here.
you.
There's going to be massive golden steps leading up to the giant bucket.
Sounds marvelous, Bucket.
The guy is standing there. Look, I said you could have a simple wooden building One sign on the outside.
It's all right. He's always like this. All right,
You
just
told
give
the wrong person.
yeah, just give him a shed. All right, and he'll be happy. All right, just make it look vaguely bucket-like, and he'll be happy. Okay, it'll be all right.
The guy just kind of despairs and wanders off to the other part of the building.
Oh, Bucket. Good to see you again, friend. Now, I must inform you, though, unfortunately, I'm departing. I have business to take care of. So, this may be the last time I see you for some time.
I understand. Do not worry. I'm sure the Great Bucket will lead our paths to cross again.
I'm sure they will. Knowing my luck.
Maybe when this temple's finished, I could come and put one up in your hometown. Wouldn't that be a great? Right in the center of the mountain.
I'm sure it would, Bucket. Sounds about right. He's going, farewell, friend. I wish you the best. And I'm gonna put my hand out for kind of like a Roman handshake, where they kind of grabbed each other's, forearms.
Your stout dwarven hands clasp around your meaty armored forearms. Kind of, it's. If someone was close enough, they could maybe take a point of thunder damage from the sound of your two strong arms clasping together.
Moradin guide you. And I'm gonna turn around.
The bucket be with you.
There we go.
And without looking back, I'm just gonna raise my hand and continue forward. Yep, so back to magical scrying lady.
You make your way over to the Arcanist Guild, stopping briefly to gaze through the window of the tea room where you and Yorna had sat and had tea and cake. And you turn and knock on the large round door with no door handle on the front of the Arcanist Guild.
Nice.
Nice.
After a few moments, it swings open, and you can see the half-elf Drusilia standing waiting for you in the entrance.
Right. Let's get cracking then, shall we? What do we need to do?
Just kind of already, ? Appears in sparks in front of you again.
Already, yes.
She holds out her hands towards you.
I guess I shall take them. I assume that's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She holds your hands tightly, closes her eyes. And then you feel almost like you're being pulled backwards, but from deep inside your chest. And you seem to be pulled out of the physical realm for a moment. And your head's swirling, everything around you seems to spin and go blurry for a moment. And this is where I need to roll to see how well her teleport spell goes. No.
Uh-oh.
Nice. That's
Exciting.
okay.
That just gets just
Nice.
dropped in the middle of the ocean somewhere. Oh.
Could I? Is it a similar sensation to what I experience when I go and see Fiddlefen?
It's not quite the same, but it's not completely dissimilar.
Okay, sure.
But you also do the popping in and out of reality thing. That's like a plane shifty jobber.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit more like
Blink, is it? It's
like
a bit
Blink,
more.
yeah.
That's it, Blink.
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. Which one? It's yeah. Which one of those is it? That one. Okay. Okay.
The book has spoken.
Yes. You feel yourself being pulled backwards and then firm ground beneath your feet again. And you look around and you're in the countryside somewhere. You see small hills and trees smattered around. But no people.
Okay.
Do you want to make a perception check for me?
Sure. That I will. Oh!
Jason
That one
the
went
dice.
a bit. That is... Wow, rolling well in TaleSpire today. That is...
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. That was a 16 plus 3, so 19.
So you spend a couple of hours just looking around, trying to get your bearings. You can tell directions based on the sun and your keen mind.
Yeah, okay.
You climb to one of the nearby smaller hills to get a look. And you can see in the distance on the horizon the sea to the east. So you think you are on the western half of the continent.
Okay.
And further to the north, you find a burnt out campfire. And around it, signs of some kind of scuffle. And nearby, a pile of stones, seemingly built around something to enclose it, to hide it. And you gather this is the mausoleum that Drusilla spoke of.
Okay.
So basically, I went back and I sorted out the timeline of how many days each of the two parties had done.
Okay.
So at this point, this is after you'd had your ambush with Captain Chompvala and continued on north. And then there was another couple of days until you get to where you are now. But since Drusilla's teleport spell was relatively accurate, it's basically going to be 2 days of Douglas being slightly behind you, and then I guess we could do a couple of tracking checks for a couple of days just to see.
Sure thing.
See if you can stay on their heels, and then see if you'll meet back up again.
I feel like you probably hear our battle. With the
Is it,
Yes, the Shiders delayed us perfectly for him to catch.
Yeah.
2 survival checks. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Oh my goodness, the die.
The dice.
Mind of their own. Oh, one's a nat 1.
Okay.
One's a 15 total.
Sure. So you spend a day following what you thought were their tracks, only to come across a herd of wild deer that have apparently been following similar tracks. So you backtrack and continue on.
Oh, I thought Xander's
energy.
footprints were a bit weird. I thought you had more toes than that. No, that makes sense.
He's got such tiny feet.
Yeah.
But at the end of the second day, as you continue north, and a large forest appears, you hear sounds of conflict just beyond a section of road ahead of you. And that is where we're going to take a quick break because I need the loot. But
Sure.
when we come back, maybe we'll be back down to one party.
Whoa.
Nice. Well,
been a while.
Thanks,
Amazing.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm like
It has.
trying to see how many episodes it's been since.
And it's been a fair few.
Yeah, I think like
Yeah, it's been a while.
6, maybe 7.
Blimey.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Douglas hasn't heard Magpie's actual voice yet.
Yeah,
that's
no.
gonna be
whole
entertaining.
thing. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I feel like a lot of stuff's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, dear
I
lord.
think it was it looks like it was episode 28, possibly.
Blimey. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, thanks everybody. Thanks to Harley Frost, Queek the Geek, and the Mandrew for all the follows, and Monkey42 for the sub. You're wonderful people.
Hey, nice.
But we'll return in 5 or 10 minutes and see what the rest of the party's getting up to. Thanks everybody. See you soon.
Fight.
Bye.
Have you heard the stories? Can you remember the tales you were told back when last we gathered before? Tales of myth and magic, of battles fought and lost and won, of a land filled with wonders and more. Take your dice and pray for a victory tonight. It's time to roll. Jump into the fight with your friends there beside you. With courage and with might you'll prevail. Through the darkness of the night, let the dungeon master guide you. And step into the light, tell the tale.
And we're back. Hi everybody. How's it going?
Hello.
So, yes, Magpie, Stone, Xander, Thule,
Yes,
you are standing on the edge of the forest, kind of still sweating a little bit, catching your breath, with bodies of monstrous concoctions, massive spiders with shark heads and rows of teeth. Xander pulls his trousers back up and brushes off shards of ice.
This is going to be a regular occurrence.
No.
I'm not the only one using the power of moonlight to do things, but
You have redeemed yourself in the joke category.
I've had like a month. Yeah, I'm sorry about that one earlier. As I said in chat, I just completely zoned out and kind of forgot who it was that was talking to, and just was making like a someone's
Easy to
casting
do.
spells by moving their lips and not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
But yes, with Baracus and Ira also catching their breath and casting strange glances at your new companion who appeared out of the forest in your time of need and it's shown intriguing skills and
Has a giant ladybird.
yeah, riding a giant ladybird.
You there? What? Why? Who are you?
Great
Sorry.
job,
I'm a bit out.
Xander's the warlock. He's at the high charisma stat.
A different kind of charisma.
Charisma can take many forms.
I'm just gonna look towards Baracus and Bagel Lady and like assume you're talking to them because obviously you know them and I'm talking to my ladybird. So
Well fought. Who are you?
again, I'm gonna like see who you're talking to.
I'm shouting at you.
Oh, thank you. You too. Unusual move with the trousers there, but it works for you, obviously. Yes. Well done.
You know, just thinking on my feet. Solver of problems.
But you were. Yeah.
Master of the art of Trickery in combat.
The Arcane.
Hey.
That was a good one.
Realizing that I'm sort of shouting, I'm gonna sort of do a little jaunty skip towards you and be like, "Hello, yes, nice to meet you. You're all together?"
Yes.
Yes, this is.
Well-
I'm Xander. This is Magpie. Stone.
Baracus.
Yes. Baracus.
Yeah.
Yep.
and old lady.
And everyone else in the party.
I'll
Yes.
sort of do a with my satyr legs slightly bowed, but not in a full curtsy. Just be like, "I'm Twilly."
Well,
that
met.
explains everything. Yeah.
Is that a giant bug?
It is my ladybird.
What?
Yes, but they're usually tiny.
Sometimes she is big. Sometimes she is.
Are you
What?
some kind of druid or?
Some people call it that. I
I've
am.
not.
I'm catching your accent now.
Sorry.
Mamma mia.
Julia is now Italian, apparently. Apparently, is my point.
Some people have used that wording. Sometimes nature speaks to me. I speak back, and we have an understanding.
Baracus takes a step forward, his hand still resting on his weapon. You know these creatures. You seem familiar with their whereabouts.
So serious all the time. My God.
I was set
Yeah.
upon them a few days ago and have been tracking them since. You clearly have come across them also.
Only
I
by
had told
reputation.
that
Strange.
they had been-
hybrids.
I don't know what the word is. They had been cocooning people and dragging them off. They're just unnatural, and nature should not have to contend with this. They are not born. They must be created.
This is our conclusion as well. Could you pinpoint their source? Somewhere within the forest? Somewhere beyond?
Could I pinpoint their source? DM.
I mean, from your interactions with them, there's been some that are just kind of around the forest, and then others you have tracked back to where they've kind of made a nest for themselves. But there doesn't seem to be any particular pattern other than it's slightly deeper in the forest.
I could not say for certain. They appear to have a more central nest in the deeper reaches of the forest that I have looked at from afar, but whether they are coming from elsewhere, they certainly, that now seems to be the central point that I've determined.
And
I could lead you to the nest, but otherwise I know little more than you seem to.
Perhaps. And this beast you ride, this is also a hybrid?
I tap Baracus on the shoulder and go, "She said it was a ladybird."
This is
I will
Lady half bird.
I will whisper. I will whisper to my ladybird. Oh, right, I missed that. Sorry.
What twisted creation? No.
this,
I will whisper to the ladybird, basically unsummon it and pop it out of.
yeah, just
I tap Baracus on the shoulder again and go, "It was a ladybird."
the ladybird just kind of seems to disapparate before your very eyes.
Remember that
she
weird
is-
horse Bucket had?
She's not a hybrid,
yeah.
no.
It's probably like that.
She is here when she is needed. Sometimes she is small and sometimes she is large. You have nothing to fear
Very
from
well.
her. She's resting now.
Well, we thank you for your assistance, but
I thank you for yours in return.
we have a quest of our own that we must continue on with.
You do not wish to see the nest you just inquired about?
Perhaps, but What we seek is not these creatures, but their creator. If
I see.
they are in a location within the forest, then this is most likely not their origin.
Yes, I tend to agree.
There are others who've seen strange beings, possibly these same shark spider hybrids, possibly something different. I feel there is much more to learn about this situation from the locals.
This is troubling. If there are creations elsewhere, what more do you know of this? I must attend to them.
There were rumors. Towns all around this forest had reported strange creatures, some walking, some flying. They are
Flying.
secretive
I
in
have
nature,
not
but
encountered
they have-
any flying ones.
they've attacked livestock and, on occasion, travelers.
This is troubling. I tend to avoid townsteads when I can. I prefer to have the grass and the earth beneath my hooves. So, you say you're
Indeed.
heading to a town now? Might they have information there?
I had thought to, but perhaps this spider's nest may merit some further investigation, but this is not my party to command. And he turns and looks towards all of you, particularly you, Magpie.
Oh, Magpie's already off talking to Ira. Magpie's walking, going, "How did you? That was so cool!"
Well, when you're my age, you pick up a few things. You know, it's not all about muscles, it's the application of force in certain directions.
But you were so fast.
Well, yes.
Have you trained in that?
I did a bit of a triathlon when I was younger.
I love her. Oh.
You know,
Bit of a triathlon.
swimming, running, horse riding.
Damn.
Nice.
Having seen Baracus look towards the group, I'm going to skip towards. Is it Ira? Her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. And being that she's the eldest, I'm going to be like, "Are you the leader of this group? Do you know what our next course of action is?"
Oh, I barely know these people at all. I'm heading to Cold War. My son is the High Priest of Cold War, don't you know? He's
Cold
awaiting
War,
my arrival.
This is a structure that is not war. Why would they build a wall like this?
Oh, totally. Yes. We've got a person who takes things literally. I love it.
How can you be a priest of a wall?
It's
Totally
it's a
is my friend.
town. Do you know what a town
A
is?
town? Yes, I am familiar with these, yes. What a silly name for a
I'm
town.
going there.
Do they have a wall that's cold there? Is this what it is named after?
Probably in the winter.
Oh, okay. In that case, sure.
Not the
That makes
winter.
sense. Do you-
The frostfall.
Yeah.
God.
Yes, of course. So if you're not the leader, who is? Who
we
will make
are-
the decisions?
We are currently escorting Ira, as it were. I think.
Ah, I understand.
I wouldn't say we have a leader. We are a.
Oh, you are a
socialist.
cooperative.
Yes, a cooperative vessel.
Sometimes we cooperate.
Cooperation.
cooperate.
Yeah.
I see. I understand this principle. Yes. And this one, he speaks. He is very quiet and tall.
You've literally just described Sam.
Yeah, we all have certain skills.
Actually, no, you absolutely haven't.
I've got
That
the
was not
muscles,
right.
the brains.
I mean, the intention was to describe Stein.
Yeah, no.
Sam has much more
That's-
hair than Stein does. You know, they're
It's
not.
it's a problem when you play a self-insert character. You know?
Mm.
I'm here too. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Stone, from the corner of your eye, something
Mm-hmm.
catches your vision, just moving above you.
Right.
Something rustling in the trees.
Okay.
You're suddenly aware that these creatures came from the forest, and maybe you didn't quite catch all of them.
Uh-oh.
And then you see.
Yeah. Can I make like some sort of perception check?
Sure, give me a
or-
perception check.
That's 12 on the dice. I think I've got good. 17.
Nice.
You look up to the origin of the movement, and you see a bird hopping along a branch, looking down at you. Something strange about it. Something in its beak, and it drops it, and it falls end over end, and lands directly in your palm.
Oh, I was going to say you're not going to give me a chance to catch it, but sure, we'll take
No,
it.
it perfectly thrown, lands in your palm.
Nice.
Right.
A gold coin. And as you hold it, a familiar voice sounds,
Hey.
emanating from the coin. Trouble with the Mechanists Guild. Return as soon as possible.
Oh yeah.
You all heard that?
Everybody
Yeah, did we all?
heard that.
Talking coins.
Can we all hear it?
You all got yours.
Is that Douglas?
Hot new thing. I'm assuming we all definitely recognise Douglas's voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
The dark land, Wales.
Mechanical birds who've been speaking coins. You are a very curious group.
We have been called that before, yes. Curious.
Me too. I get called that too.
I have a prop.
That
Nice.
Method acting, yes.
Yeah.
I have prop.
A method act Douglas
Oh.
by existing in a Welsh village.
I mean, I have this one, and this one, and also this
Loomis
one.
has many props.
This one. And it's...
That's
all the
probably
coins.
better for Douglas. Oh my gosh, let's all play a show.
Yeah.
Douglas is in trouble. I don't know what we should do with that information right now.
It's quite a long way to get back to Skip.
Yeah, it's
right?
been a while.
Let's get on the boat immediately and sail away from this place right this instant.
Cross paths with
let's
Douglas and just...
see you, Douglas. Gonna rescue
Ah.
Douglas. Goodbye, and just go.
Yeah. Ah.
You have a compatriot who talks through this coin?
Yes.
Apparently
That's
so.
lovely.
Yes, we do now. Douglas is a very enterprising chap.
So he does not usually communicate through coins.
No, he doesn't.
No,
No, he
he
No,
doesn't.
he
This
doesn't.
is a first, I think. A first.
Interesting.
First or second.
A novel communication method indeed.
Yes.
Constantly a surprising fellow.
Do we
what
really?
What are we talking about?
Can I like try and huddle?
Oh, are we going to the
Sandra and
nest, or what
together.
is? That is
I
now a
don't-
third
what-
option.
One second, guys. Do we really need to help Ira? She seems like she knows what she's doing.
I don't think. I don't think we volunteered to help her. I think it just happened.
I think you did. You say something about volunteering to help her, Stone? Was it you? It sounded like a you thing to do.
She just sort of followed us. We happened to be going the
No,
same way anyway.
She didn't follow.
Well,
I think
we
we did
followed her.
follow
her.
I
You
think we
followed
more
her.
followed
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just kind of happened.
There was also a mention of like several thousand gold reward
Oh yeah,
for
there was.
taking her
wasn't there?
back.
Oh,
So I think
money.
that also intrigued you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great, we can buy like
We
one
did need
slightly
to. We
enchanted.
did need to go to this town anyway, right?
Yeah, I think we
We're
were
going through it.
sort of heading that
Yeah.
direction. As a place to.
To the
find
west
the prince.
is Sleetledrick, where
Yes.
I think we will find answers to our questions. Coldwall is beyond that and is possibly an unnecessary distraction. This situation with the king's son is tenuous. Who knows how long before things break down even further.
What do you think we should do then, Baracus?
Nice.
Can I just be chatting to Ira about bagels or something?
Sure.
Presuming she's eating another one.
She doesn't have any bagels. She said she's not a bagel.
She's not just
Oh.
a bagel lady.
What was she eating? Was she not
You've just got
sitting and
notes.
eating
Bagels.
on the carcass of a spider or something?
No, she was just sitting there. Just
Oh.
like, kind of stretching out her arms a bit.
Anyway, I'm chatting to her or whatever.
Sure.
Trying to be polite and give you space to machinate? Is that the word?
Scheme.
Yes.
Scheme? Machinate.
But Baracus looks at you. It's not my place to
Oh yeah, machinate.
tell you where to go, but this situation is dangerous.
Duh.
Going in with as much knowledge as possible is definitely preferable, but also time could be a factor.
That's not the best answer, is it now, Baracus?
I'm now going to wonder, is he always this indecisive?
Yes. No?
Well-
Yes?
It depends. Sometimes there's many options.
So let's just. So what are our options? What are the options? here?
Fight
What are we-
spiders in the spider nest. Go
Seems like
find
Seems like a silly
Prince-
idea.
Prince guy thing and drop off Ira on the way, maybe? And or go save Douglas.
Oh.
Where is
Is
your
sa-
friend who requires saving?
Skip.
Skip. Do you know what that
Islands
is?
in the
He's-
sea.
In the sea.
Like on the other end.
He's 12 days or more travel away.
Yes.
That's-
I don't. It's probably
How
not.
did you know that, Baracus?
Because it took us 12 days to get here.
Oh. It did? I haven't really been keeping track, to be perfectly honest.
This seems very sound
I
logic.
think.
Got a load of the big brain on Baracus.
I still think
Yeah.
we should try and finish what we came here to do. Or just find that stupid.
How long did that mechanical bird take to fly here? Could your friend already have gone? Maybe he may have been rescued. Maybe he doesn't require your help anymore.
That message may have taken a very long time to get here.
Has the bird gone again?
No, father is still up in a tree, just kind of sitting, looking at you.
Can I try to talk to Folar?
Sure.
Bird? And I'll like put my hand out, like
Caw-caw!
just see if it'll like, Bird, can I speak with you?
Just kind of hops about, turns to look at you. Doesn't come down from the tree.
I guess mechanical
Folar?
birds are not
Folar.
quite. Oh, you know its name.
Co-
Maybe you should
Come-
try.
Come here. I don't know. I've never done this before.
Come on, fella. Come on.
Flaps his wings and
What the bird
flits
eat?
off, flies down to Xander.
Yes, you should speak with him.
I don't think Folar talks, but how long have you been flying for, Folar? I've never done this before. Does Douglas talk to Folar? I don't know.
I don't know.
Fola just kind of tilts its head, looking at you.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Can we send a message back to Douglas? Folar, can we send a message back?
Folar should know where I am, actually. Like, I think Folar actually should know where I am. So it
Folar,
should
where's-
come back there.
Where's Douglas? Folar?
Find Douglas.
Is he trapped down the well?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Perfect.
He's fine down a well, by the way. He's a dwarf. He's like
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Well,
like
that
pre-
is-
best friend.
preferred environment. Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
Douglas
Well,
trapped on the
well,
surface. Is he stuck like
Yeah.
up a tree or something?
Yeah.
No, he's down a well. Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Ooh.
He's trapped in a
Okay,
cave.
onward.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Can I send a message back to Douglas? Folar? I don't know. Is there
Still just kind of
is there a
looks at you.
button for this, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I shrug at the rest of the party.
It's like a flying answering machine. It's like,
What if you just like throw him? Is he like a thing that goes away and comes back?
He's made of metal, so he might be a bit heavy.
If I might just, I feel like we're trying to avoid the meta game here of knowing that Douglas is about 10 feet away.
Yeah,
And we're
it's
trying
hard.
We are.
not. It's like I'm not sure how to resolve this one. Cause, you know, our friend is in trouble. We should go and rescue and help them. It's like, all right, we should go and do that. But I feel like generally we want to pretty much drop maybe shove the old woman into the gate. Like, there you go, peace, goodbye, and then get on the boat and go back to Douglas. But because we know that Douglas is like 10 feet away, we're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
not
hard.
sure what to do.
Baracus walks over to Yuza.
I'm not that weird.
In my experience with animal messengers, they don't normally last beyond delivering their message. This is curious.
I mean,
Have you?
it's not
Oh,
really
that's
an
pretty
animal, is it, Burgess?
Yeah, but he did his golden bug thing, so he'll know what his one can do, presumably. Out of charactering.
Yeah, you've seen him summon a golden dragonfly to send a
Dragonfly,
message.
Yeah, sure. I don't think this is any ordinary animal messenger, Burgess, but I'm not an expert in these things.
Very strange. This is. Baracus stops and just kind
If
of.
only Douglas was here to ask.
Baracus raises his head, looks around. Someone is coming
Where?
Oh dear.
from the south,
Bad.
on foot.
How do you know that?
I ready sacred flame.
I'm fiddling about in my
I mean, he
pack
sounds very serious. I'm definitely at least pulling Carrot out.
to try and get some food because I'm thinking that if I feed the bird, maybe it'll be happier.
Nice.
Perhaps we should take up
WD-40.
positions behind the trees until we know what we're facing.
Okay.
What is Ida doing?
Ira is
Whatever Ida wants.
Sorry, Ira.
is just kind of watching, just kind
Yeah,
of waiting to
check out.
see what the rest of you do.
I'm gonna stand with her.
I will
She seems wet.
go behind a tree, I guess, or in a bush. I'm quite small. I'm gonna hide in a bush.
Douglas, as you make your way towards the edge of the forest where you heard loud commotion going on, you think you see outlines of people, possibly your friends. But some of them have disappeared from sight as you get close.
Magpie standing there, the Wonder.
Just standing out in the open with a wonder.
Oh yeah.
I don't know,
Magpie,
I
you
pick-
see a figure through some underbrush. An individual approaching you. Looks heavily armored from the glint you see of the sun bouncing off something.
Ooh. Do I see any weapons of any description?
You do not.
I am the weapon.
Make a perception check for me.
Yeah, will do. 8.
Mhm. This looks like
That was a confident 8.
this looks like a bandit coming to steal your stuff, and you're probably
Wonder,
getting
wonder.
surrounded.
Sorry, Douglas.
You, from the bushes behind, you hear you know that the 7 uses on a wand of wonder is like a limit, not a recommendation, right? It's not. It's not.
It replenishes 1 after every long rest. It's fine.
You don't lose them if you don't use them, right? You get those back. It's okay.
This
So
is
not-
like the first time in a while you've cast more than one in a day. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm now
Wonder.
gonna realise
Okay.
you're looking at something, so I would
Uh,
like to be in on this looking at
what's
stuff.
the range on Wonder
That's-
Wonder?
I think 120 feet,
Okay.
possibly. It's 53 anyway, is the number. Please don't kill
53.
Douglas.
Could you imagine he finally gets back and just gets fried?
I apologize in advance. I don't know
No,
what this
it's
is.
fine. No, you're fine.
If we
Please
have
don't be
to
fireball.
if we have to bury a smouldering pair of Douglas boots,
Yeah.
You point the wand
I'm-
at this
I guess-
person, release the magical energy, and
Please make a jump.
their outline begins to grow.
Oh,
no.
yes.
The shrubs around them seem to be growing as well, and the trees. And you look back at where your friends were standing a moment ago, and they're all growing as well. and the
have I done?
grass around you just kind of comes up past your eye level.
Oh
Drink
no!
yourself.
No, I tried myself.
You cast grounded.
You are reduced as per the reduced spell.
Am I smaller than Xander now?
Let me double. I think it's half your size.
Why were you holding it that
Oh,
way?
it's
I was
so
describing it like
funny.
you're tiny, but I didn't.
Oh my god. I am. Do I see this happening from behind the bush? I'm assuming. I do.
Yes, you can see
I
Magpie. Shrink.
I break stealth and start laughing uncontrollably.
Yes,
Here in a
halved in
slightly-
all
Huh?
dimensions.
Amazing.
So funny. I gotta run over to Magpie.
You hear slightly higher pitched in swearing in Infernal. Not quite chipmunk level, but
Is Magpie smaller than me? Like I'm.
Yes.
damn it! No!
What is Xander's height? Do I even have that written down?
Douglas, you can hear some voices of your friends from a distance.
Can
I'm
I
just like, look at her.
go towards
So
Magpie?
small and cute.
Um,
Can I actually try and pick her up?
No!
Give me a strength check because she's only slightly.
I'm not
smaller
very
than you.
strong. I'm not strong.
Contested? Because Magpie does not want to be picked up.
I only rolled a 5.
No, she's too.
I have no.
she's too quick. She just kind of darts out of the way.
I have no
Pretty
modifier. She's probably even
Uh,
faster than she was.
can I call after the
I'll do
running
it.
Magpie? If you didn't mean to do that, I can probably help.
Question. Is the Wand of Wonder also shrunk?
I would assume all your equipment gets stronger.
Magical
Yeah,
items
it's-
shrink to fit the wielder, so yes.
Oh, okay. I have a tiny stick that I'm poking Xander with then.
Good.
I use it again!
Douglas, you are close enough if you
Yeah.
wanted to call out at this point.
Okay.
Can I?
Hello?
Oh.
Have I finally found you?
Douglas!
Spin around. Eldritch
I'm
Blast.
gonna-
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be like crashing through the underbrush, like not stealthily whatsoever, just like
Oh,
running at full pelt. trying to
Magpie.
find-
Can Magpie try and go towards the nearest tree and just attempt to scramble up it a little bit because she's slightly worried of being squashed by Douglas? I know she's not that small, but she's significantly smaller than she's used to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
Truly, having
so-
not had a response from her offer to help does nothing.
Sure. You, Ira, and Baracus is just kind of standing around looking slightly perplexed by this new figure.
Stone's probably just signing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's a good default. Action.
Stone just face
think
palming in the
That's,
background.
I actually have. I have
Constant
Sigh as a
Picard.
cantrip.
Cast it as many times as you want.
Yeah. It is always
Yeah.
ready.
Nice.
Do I it's Douglas quite close, so I see and hear him like properly.
Yeah, he's now like kind of
Oh, that's
almost
Douglas.
basically in front of you.
I do like a big old, a double take. Probably almost cast Eldritch Blast. Maybe there's a crackle. I crackle my hands. That's what you do, right?
Small
Menacing
discharge of.
I'm
magical
gonna
energy.
realize
And
that
then
they
I'm like,
said
"Ah."
this name about the coin, and then go, "Did you? You have two friends called Douglas? One is
Oh, no.
speaking through coins, and one is here."
Douglas, where the
Oh, I found you. Oh.
local
I,
swear words in Dave's universe have you been?
I go up to Douglas, I shake his hand, and I cast Inflict Wounds, because we're all doing it apparently.
No. No one's
Amazing.
harmed Douglas.
We literally just got your
We'll
message
try.
from Folar. Where did you? I gave him Folar. Folar's probably like, hey look, buddy.
Oh,
Um,
bloody contraption! You asked. I suppose it can't be helped. Oh, look. Oh, you tried. I'm gonna pet Paula on the head.
Oh, this is your bird. He
Oh.
didn't want to speak to me. Does he usually speak to you?
I don't know anymore. I speak to a lot of things that might or may not actually be there.
I do that too.
Um,
Although plants
Me
talk
too.
back to me.
oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness that half elf. Oh, she saved me a lot of time.
where have you
Oh,
been?
and, um,
You said we just got your message. Said you had trouble with the Mechanist Guild, and now you're here. So I'm assuming the trouble
You are no
is
longer in peril.
following you, or
Ah,
is done with.
No, it's
Where's
in a
Yuna?
sense.
Sorry,
Oh,
my
no.
part. I'm attempting to do like I pitched.
And I'm gonna looking around like, what? Where's
Oh
that
yeah,
voice?
Magpie shook herself. It's hilarious. Look.
I look down and like it'll make Douglas smile for like a split second, before he remembers why, like, you know, he's here to tell everyone. He's like, oh, also, do I notice the half spider corpses?
Yes, they're pretty obvious. They're kind of big.
Yeah, you'd probably
Okay.
be like
All
all
around.
around that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so I assume before I say anything, I notice them.
Yeah.
And Douglas' face just kind of drops.
Oh.
And he's gonna be like, how is that possible? How could they be here already? That can't be.
As you're looking over at the spider corpses, Baracus approaches, his eyes still fixed on the south where you came from. Someone is still approaching.
Has Baracus ever met Douglas?
No.
No.
I'm assuming.
No.
No.
There are still footsteps to the south.
Okay. Well, they're
Oh
probably
dear.
maybe not as friendly, but they.
Thule, you hear a message in your head going, Can you help me?
I guess I will, because I can think back, right, with message. Is that how that works?
Yeah,
I would probably just say it
you
out
can-
loud.
You
I'll be
can
like-
reply. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, stand still. And then I would cast, I have lost it on my list. I can cast a Dispel Magic.
Nice.
As long as it is 3rd level or lower.
I think it is. I think Enlarge
I don't
reduces
know how
2nd
wands
level.
work, but
Who
Yeah,
knows?
second level.
Yeah.
In that
Wonder,
case,
wonder.
I will cast a Dispel Magic. I choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range, and any spell 3rd level or lower on the target ends.
Yes.
Yay.
You begin growing again back to your original size, Magpie. Maybe even
Yes.
even half an inch taller. You're not sure. You
Yeah.
feel a bit taller.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you now a baller?
What?
wow.
What?
It's don't,
Oh, I
cool
have-
reference. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
Oh,
it's
right.
I didn't hear what you said.
Is it a Dota thing, I assume?
No, it's not.
It's,
No.
it's a song.
like a 90s hip hop reference.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
pretty obscure. I guess obscure. Thanks,
It is.
Stone.
Probably 30 years old.
Magpie, like, waves hi to Douglas and says, I meant to do that. I wasn't casting the Wand of Wonder on you. No, I was casting it on me to make myself smaller so that you wouldn't see me.
Douglas is kind of taken aback. As if you sound different.
Oh.
Oh!
As you're talking,
I think.
you start to hear from somewhere in the south doof, 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 some heavy, large footsteps
I think we should all hide or run.
getting closer and closer.
You are not accompanied by anyone else?
No.
No, not intentionally.
Should we? I beckon to everybody to hide or run. Are we in a clearing-ish, or is there quite a lot of trees around?
There's a fair few trees. You're on the edge of the forest just before it starts to get thicker.
I
I
want to
attempt
go to
some-
the thickest part.
Can I attempt some other kind of perception check to see if I can make out anything from the footstep?
Sure.
Does this sound like some kind of giant being or? Oh, that's not a good roll. That's a 7. So 12.
Looking to the south, you do see a shadow pass over the top of the mountain, just the outline of a relatively large figure, seemingly just running in a direct line towards you, following the same path that Douglas came from. You'd guess at the current rate you'd maybe have another 30 seconds before they reach you.
I think.
I think
ready?
scatter and hide.
Hide.
I'm
Yeah.
doing that. I'm going to a nice bush.
Okay,
I will
anybody
follow
who's
suit,
hiding, give me a stealth check.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
like to
that's-
use
Woohoo!
Mirthful Leap to jump into a tree.
Okay.
17.
Oh, I have disadvantage on stealth, don't I? I think.
Nice.
I don't because I'm in my infiltrator armor.
Dirty 20.
Good.
Okay. Anybody else? Everyone's frozen. My internet. No.
Also, I've realised.
Hey.
Hey, there we
You're
go.
back. Hello.
Hey, we're back.
Aha,
Hey,
you have
nice.
returned.
That can be a
Why would I
row.
have written this down? Oh, this is
Xander
bonus
and I
influence.
got
Yeah.
dirty 20 each.
Yep.
Because
Am I? What am I rolling
stealth.
for? Am I rolling to jump or am I stealthing or what? Sorry, I kind of broke what everyone else is doing.
So you give me an acrobatics check and then a stealth check.
Okay.
Well, 'cause I have
Acrobatics
disadvantage.
is 17, 18, 19, 21.
Nice. Easily leap up into the trees and then.
Stealth is 23.
Okay.
Oh,
I got
Bloody
6.
hell.
I got 6.
I loudly declare.
yeah.
As
Are we hiding?
as you all move, people dash behind trees, just kind of scatter.
Like the perfect scatter.
Stone, you have somehow chosen the same tree as both Ira and Baracus. And you're all trying to hide around the same tree as these footsteps get louder and louder. Doof, doof, doof. You lean around the tree and you see a tall figure carrying a large, kind of rough-looking great axe.
Oof.
But as you lean out, he clocks eyes with you. He seems to veer off ever so slightly directly towards you, and you hear the shout, "Where's brother?"
Oh no!
And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh no!
I can't remember who this is.
Oh dear, that was not good rolling.
Right. See,
Somebody is. Did I kill brother? I can't remember.
Is this like the hobgoblin leader thing's brother?
No.
That we... No. Okay, it's not.
From what
Do
you can
we-
see,
Yep.
I
this
assume we don't recognize
this is an orc.
him. Okay.
Oh no, is it because the captain was a half orc, wasn't he?
Oh.
Those of you who are on the ship do remember that the captain did have an orc half brother who was on the ship
Oh dear.
who operated the capstone.
16.
Ah.
Neat. Okay, that's fine.
not anymore.
Well,
Right.
See,
I got.
so we've not had a rest since the last fight, have we?
No, you have not.
No.
Great.
No.
Also, I think I've realised that once again my spells are in a complete shambles because the cleric spells are not suited to me. It's like you have slots, and then you have like the spells that you
prepared
can
ones.
use.
Yeah.
The spells that you prepare are not equivalent to the slots. It's your level plus your wisdom.
Are you using a
Modifier.
reroll?
Yeah,
The spell slot thing's quite good in reroll.
it is, but it's still confusing to someone like me. And I have extra
I
questions.
think it's 2 spell slots, and that's it.
Also,
yeah.
Dave, stream is a bit slideshowy.
Oh, it's
Oh.
because I'm
Oh,
using
Loading.
TaleSpire.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
well,
no.
I have max HP in 1 spell slot. That's what I've got. So
because I have questions as well over whether, because like as a Twilight cleric, I get access to spells like Fairy Fire and Sleep and stuff like that.
yes.
And I don't know whether I just like get those innately or whether they have to take up a prepared spell slot.
It's
So I'll say,
cantrips,
should
cantrips
say-
don't take up a spell slot.
Yeah, there are class-specific spells, like subclass-specific spells
Oh
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
get.
Sometimes.
It'll either say that they're
It'll say in
added
the
to your
description.
spell list. Yeah, it'll either say they're added and they don't count against your spells prepared, or
Where
they'll
would
say
it-
they're available to you.
where would it say that? Because
I
the
will
In
check
the
for you
handbooks and
now.
stuff, but they'll be on the internet.
Yeah.
Probably in
yeah,
the
because
descriptions
that's
I sent you earlier,
this is
so
where I
they'll
get
be
confused because it's like I've got 15
Yeah, I mean,
spells that I can have prepared, and I
if-
don't know.
If you want to know,
Yeah.
I can sort it out, like not in the middle of a game sometime if you want.
Yeah, so I figured I'll just play with what I've got now, but just kind of want to like report that once again my spells are in complete
Sure.
shambles, and I need to fix this.
So we've
yeah.
got
And I apologize.
Depending on how you have that spell, it depends where it's written. So it'll either be written in your like subclass or your
See the divine
race
domain class
and-
feature of how domain spells
Yeah.
work. Where is
It's
divine
cool. We
domain?
don't have to solve it right now because yes, he's gonna like drag everything down.
Sure.
But yeah,
No worries.
Set
Thank you.
this up,
Yeah, no worries.
and
I'll
not
just
in a tree.
play,
Things back
I'll
here.
play on from where the ball lands.
I'm sure the domain spells are just spells you have access to and they use slots.
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
too.
because
I-
there's stuff
yeah.
like Moonbeam and auras and stuff like that. Which
It's a third
yeah,
level spell. It'll use a third level spell slot.
Yeah, so all other domains say that at
Tree.
each indicated cleric level, you add the listed spells to your spells prepared.
right. So
I think-
I get those on top of my prepared spells.
correct. I think so.
Right. Okay, so my cleric ones of
Yeah.
Fairy Fire, Sleep, Moonbeam, See Invisibility, those are in addition to what
Yes.
I can.
But
Pretty
if you
sure.
use them, they still use a slot, right?
Correct.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a different matter. That's
Okay,
fine.
That
and sorted.
seems,
It just
seems pretty simple.
I just basically I worry that I'm preparing too many spells and having this decadent smorgasbord from which to choose when really I should be like I can heal you, or I can do 4 points of damage.
I wish I had more spells.
Warlock time. That
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Good though.
Which one was I
Roughly
using
where
for
are we on the
Pyro
map?
last time?
Because I cannot see
I'm-
us.
In the process
Oh,
of putting
I do this.
everyone out.
Okay,
Every
sorry.
time I forget to load up TaleSpire. So I'll do that. Oh, I have an update. Oh no.
And Stone,
was quick.
you're all there trying to hide behind this stump.
Well, I'm getting hit first.
Yep.
My,
Lucky you're the tank.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I've not. Wait, did I? No, I've not rolled initiative yet.
I have. Just waiting for
I
the
have.
members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will do that now. I'm going to roll at advantage. 'cause-
Turn-based mode. Okay. Tooney's hiding up in this tree somewhere. I can't see her. Oh, there you are.
All
I
right.
joined.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, I also need to do it for the 3 characters I'm controlling. Hang on. Bum, 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 bum. Too many characters. But 7.
The map is very pretty. I'm trying to follow the
also
path to see
7.
like if I can see us, but I can't.
And 12. Okay. So 20 plus. Anybody?
My,
No.
wait, what's my history? Not 20 plus.
Okay. 15 to 20.
17.
Yes.
Magpie.
16 plus. Oh my gosh, I can't count. I got 21. 21.
Okay.
Sorry.
Where did I put you? I put you behind a tree somewhere.
I
There you
think
go.
I've loaded in Dave, but I'm stuck in a.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. I will try and fix the. I forgot that TaleSpire did this, so I haven't had a chance to try and fix it. Sand and Magpie. 15 to 10.
No.
No. Nobody. Okay. 10 to 5.
Yes. I have a
Hey.
6.
Okay. Rackers and Ira. 7. Dooley. Who's up there? Douglas, where are you?
Douglas got 4.
4. Lovely.
Ooh, I thought I rolled badly.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
I got a 3 plus 4.
Oh, I
Xander?
I rolled a
Wow.
2, but I have plus 4.
Oh,
so.
you're top.
Ah, fair.
Is that everybody?
I think so.
Okay.
Can anyone that can see us do a flashy sphere? Because I am
Yeah, I
still.
can't see us either.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a big map. Yeah, everybody's over here.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
thank you,
I
flashy
see the
sphere.
flashes. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very useful beacon.
Yeah. I still, I can see.
And
the
then summon,
Oh, I see me in a tree. Yeah.
summon players to this board.
Tree.
Okay, so Xander, once you make it here,
Wait.
I
am I-
see us now.
Yes, it is.
It is you, at the top of the round.
Where have you put me? Can you ping me?
It's,
You're over here.
100
In the
feet.
bush.
I'm behind this. No, that's Magpie. Where am I?
You're in a bush.
You're so stealthy that even
Yes.
you can't see you.
You're here.
Oh yeah, look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, so everybody except these three, you are currently hidden, as far as you know,
Yeah.
from this approaching orc.
And where's the orc? This fellow here?
Yes,
The angry
I assume
looking
so.
guy.
Is it,
With
is
the-
it this guy?
Yeah. If it's you
Oh
with
my
the
gosh,
tiny
I just-
spear, yes.
Woo. Right.
Mhm.
And how many feet away is angry
Oh, yeah, you're well hidden. I guess I'm also fairly good
orc?
hidden.
57 feet. That is not an amount of feet I can
Draw a
traverse in
feet.
one go.
Oh, you can click on your portrait top left and it zooms
Yeah,
to
and
where
it
your
zooms
character
to-
is.
yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a
Imagine-
thing.
Imagine
Useful
video
things.
games
The
with
Sims
these
That
sorts
told
would
of
have
me
been so useful like 10 minutes ago. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry for making
same.
you do flashies.
Yeah, no, I was the same.
Can I use my movement to move to? I want to stealth myself to this bush over here.
Doop-be-doop-be-doop-be-doop-be-doop.
You can give it a go.
Stealth noise.
That'll be 30 feet. And if I fail, then that's fine.
Give me another stealth
will-
check.
I mean, I'm not going to be hidden for long. I rolled a 15 plus 9.
Okay,
Pretty not bad.
pretty stealthy. You keep as low to the ground as you can.
I am going to. Is he running at stone?
He is, yes.
Now, I have not really done stuff like this before, but I would like to ready an Eldritch Blast
Okay.
for when he gets into melee combat with somebody,
Sure, you can do that.
with the idea to push away.
So you basically start casting Eldritch Blast, but kind of hold off and have these two small swirling balls of energy in your
Yeah.
hand ready to be released.
Yeah. When I still get the 2 attacks, right? If I ready.
Yes, so your action
Yeah,
is
nice. Okay.
is two Eldritch Blasts. So
Neat. I'm gonna do that.
hold the entire
I'm
thing.
gonna wait. Assuming he's running at stone. Wait. Like anybody I can see if he gets into close combat.
yeah,
with
sure,
him,
that's fine.
I'm gonna try and blast him away.
Sure. Magpie.
Sneaky Xander.
Yes. Because we leveled up, I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt
No,
Ooh.
no.
at second level because I can. Because I definitely need more chaos in my character.
Uh-huh,
No idea what the
mhm,
spell does. Exciting.
Basically, you hurl chaotic energy at one creature, and target takes damage, and you choose one of the 2 d8s you roll, and the number rolled on that die determines the attack's damage type.
Oh, like
And if you roll the
elemental
same
damage.
number on
Okay.
both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from that target to a different creature of your choice.
Oh, maybe you don't do that.
Oh.
Well, I don't know
Of
if I
your
have
choice.
a choice. This is the problem. So it's fine,
You can choose for it to just
Um,
like hit a tree or something.
I guess, yeah.
And you
right.
assume you can choose for it to not hit a
I
creature.
roll for a deck. Nice. That
Oh, when
is.
you cast this using a spell sort of second level or higher, each target takes 1d6 extra. So if you're casting at a second level, you get an extra 1d6.
Extra
damage,
d6.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's a 23.
That'll
To
hit.
hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and roll for
Right,
your
let's roll some
type of
roll some
damage, and then your damage.
dice. Where's my d8s? Where did they go? Come back. There we go.
That is not as chaotic as I was hoping for it to be.
Well, I'm choosing the one that's obviously very much up my alley. So number 3, which is fire.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry, I've just got the spell open in front of me, Dave. Just realised
Sure,
I
yeah.
just took your job there. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
So that's, and I take 2. Where's my other d6s? So that is 10, 11, 13, 14, 19 points of fire damage.
Yo. Nice.
19 points of fire damage.
Yeah. Magpie
Mm,
just goes, "Ah!"
jolly good.
like that.
You kind of hold out your hand, and a projectile flies through the air, swirling. It seems to form like ice in the air, and then evaporate and turn into electricity, and then become finally fire as it lands and hits. And bursts in flames across the orc's chest, who just kind of seems to be blind rage running through, barely seems to notice. You have movement and a bonus if you'd like.
Yep. Ooh, what can I do? What can I do? What I think I might do, actually, because I'll move. There's my thing. There's my thing. There's my thing. I'll move up to like, yeah, just behind stone. That's my movement.
Okay.
I can find. I can pick myself up. Yeah. No, stop. Zoop. About there-ish. And then I'm gonna, because I have 3 sorcery points, I'm gonna spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time of a spell to a bonus action.
So you're quickening something.
Ooh.
I'm quickening a spell.
Sorcerer's
What should I do?
fancy.
Mm-hmm. Sorcerers have fun times now. And I am going to cast. Actually, hang on. How far away is he from me? Let's try this again because it was so hilarious last time. I cast hideous laughter on him if I can.
Ah.
Hang on.
Oh, nice.
Is it? Wait a
Yeah.
sec. I might not be able to. Oh no, I just about can't. Damn. 30 feet range. Let's try sleep then. Where's my D8? That is that is 23 points
So
hit points of creatures you can affect.
38.
Do I have to roll? 28.
28. Okay. You hold out your hand and just kind of will the creature to fall
Just get
asleep.
a little bit
but
drowsy. Just a little bit.
but it's just keeps on coming directly towards Stone, and now kind of towards you, since
Well,
you're standing
that's
next
fair
to.
enough. That's fair enough.
That's the end of your go. It's now the orc's turn. So go. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow, he's only got 10 feet of movement. That's weird.
I don't think he does.
Double check speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We get. Can't quite get into range with Stone, but runs around here, sees Baracus,
Oh no. Not Baracus again.
Baracus the tank.
and is going to
Yeah.
throw.
He is.
Can I Eldritch Blast now? Is that happening?
So it would basically be. Yeah. Tell you what, give me a.
The idea was to like try and stop him from hitting somebody so we get a better jump. But
Yeah.
I will do whatever you ask me to do.
Well, I mean, you said when they're in melee, so it would then be
Yeah.
who's quicker
yeah, I
at
guess.
casting a spell.
Yeah, we can.
You can do it if you want to, like, hit just before they get into melee.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
Because I didn't specifically say
Okay,
that.
yeah, we can say that was what you wanted to do, so you can
Yeah.
go ahead and roll first.
I will roll. Where's my d10? First attack. Oh gosh, Dave, I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Oh, mama.
No lie, no lie.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right, so the orc dies.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be crazy amounts of damage. If I was in melee, it could be crazy amounts of damage.
I was gonna say this is Xander we're talking about here.
A
Xander's only
crazy
type of
for whom?
damage is crazy
I-
amounts of damage.
I do like 2d4. Yeah, okay, like.
It's 1d10. I don't think.
It might be
how do
2 or
crits
3
work in
d10 at
Dave?
this level.
No. I get extra casts of it at level where
Yeah,
they
yeah.
increase damage. Do I roll?
Oh,
do
I
just
thought
roll
you
2
could-
dice or?
You
am
can
I
do 2
doubling,
dice, or
do
you
I
can do 1
choose?
dice and double. It's up to you.
Oh, we'll go 2 dice because that's fun.
2 dice, you're more
Uh,
likely to get like an average number.
Yeah.
If you double 1 dice, you could get big. You could get.
I have rolled a 6 and a 3, and I have +5, so that'll be
14?
So I roll 2 dice and I get the +5 added once, right?
Yeah. So 14 points of force damage.
Yes, 14.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your second.
And,
He gets hit.
And 10
10
foot
foot, yeah.
knockback, yeah, and then I'll do the second one.
Blast, and his feet just kind of slide back in the dirt.
That is a 11 plus 9.
That'll
So
hit.
a dirty 20. And a
Nice.
2 on the d10,
Delicious.
so 7. Surprise! Boo. And another 10 foot, and that's it.
How much damage?
Oh, sorry, it was a 2 on the d10. So
7?
Yeah.
Okay. And another 10 foot backwards. But he is now going to use his bonus action to move his speed.
Oh,
As an aggressive creature, runs right in the middle of Baracus and Stone. And then he's going to swing out with his great axe.
well, I tried.
Made him use his bonus action.
One,
Yeah, that's true.
one
It
at
could've been much
each.
worse.
So Stone, that's an
He's a
11.
barbarian or a fighter or something.
11?
Yes.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's below my AC.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
My
It's hard to have a
otherwise.
It's
AC
19.
lower than 11.
So-
I would hope it is, otherwise you're clericing wrong.
If someone could do some quick math for me there.
And that's a 25 to hit Baracus.
ouch.
Baracus tanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him having that much
Baracus takes
armor.
20 points of slashing damage.
Ouch!
Whoa.
He wasn't
don't
at full
get up
health
that
to begin
guy.
with.
Oh, boy.
No, he
yeah,
wasn't.
that's not.
Don't worry,
ideal.
I've got some shenanigans on the top.
Okay. And that's the orc still just snarling, just kind of muttering, brother, under his breath as he's viciously attacking. But Stone, it's your turn.
Hi. Okay. I have. Ooh, I've got an inflict wounds at.
nice.
Season it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Put some spice on that one. So I'm just gonna like leap at the orc and just like clap my hands around his head
Okay.
and just
In like
bang.
mind meld.
Yes, except the thoughts that I'm transmitting are just necrotic damage. So much
Okay.
necrotic damage right through the skull.
Make a melee spell attack.
Well, let's roll. Oh, which d20 do we want? Long as John's purple or green? Let's go with green. That's a 9 on the dice. So what do I add to that?
A melee spell attack, which is basically the same as your ranged spell attack, but you're just doing it to touch him.
So your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency.
Right. So plus 5 plus 9. Plus 5 plus 4, which equals 9. So 18.
18 will hit. You can reach out
Nice.
to
Good.
his tusked
Um,
face.
Cast a spell slot in second level or higher. The damage increases by 1d10 for each slot level above first. So 5d10.
Nice.
Just.
I love inflict.
Oh,
wounds,
what was that you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I do like a 1d4 damage.
Inflict wounds is like my one damage. Like it is the one that
Bind
actually does
melt.
damage.
You also
Yeah.
have orbital druid laser, so
I also have what?
Good
Sorry.
lord.
an orbital druid laser, aka moonbeam.
It
Orbital
is.
druid laser. I
but-
love that.
How do I? Wait. Where's dice in? Where I've? Oh, space
Space?
open menus. Right. So what do I say? 5 d10.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
All right. Nope, that's one too many. There we go.
That's a
Bleh.
couple of tens.
Oh
my goodness.
Oh
Wow.
Damn.
That's a big
I-
chunk of damage.
Yeah,
I
that's-
Gallagher the orc. His head just.
Damn.
Yeah, you just kind of hold
Alright.
his face. Oh, hey, look, a first-time chatter in chat called Tiny Mr. Triangle.
Oh.
First time I've ever chatted in
First
Dave's
time
chat.
Andy's been.
Was
I know, you're
was
busy.
to
It's fine.
was to
Yeah.
rules lawyer Andy Pants.
Andy with a self call out there.
Nice.
Well, that's your action stone. Do you want to
Yeah.
move or bonus?
Ow.
Nah, I guess I'm good. I've just
Ow.
discombobulated this orc.
Okay. Baracus's go. It's not got much. What he is going to do is
Twilight discombobulation.
Yep.
Necrotic
First,
discombobulate.
discombobulate. Second, discombobulate. Then, discombobulate.
Profit?
Uh, what I think he's just going to do is pump some lay on hands into himself because he's feeling a bit hurt.
Yeah, he is, must be a bit ouch.
So he's just going to dump 30 hit points back into himself.
Wow, that's
Baracus is,
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then not sure he's got any bonus actions, so he's just going to sit there, look at the orc.
Fair enough.
Think about his life decisions.
It's now Ira's turn. Who's
Ira.
just going to do a quick loop round the tree, right round the back of the orc.
Bloody hell.
This guy's a big one.
Actually getting involved.
And just going to do quarterstaff to the back of the head.
Nice.
Discombobulate.
That's gonna hit. So that's 10 points bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And then an unarmed strike as well. Oh, that's definitely gonna hit. And that's another 10 points. So just as quick as a flash, Ira darts around the back of the tree to the back of the orc's head. Just stick, and then an elbow, back of the head, in quick as
Nice.
succession as you can see. And the orc still just muttering, brother, brother, just collapses straight forward.
Oh.
Or backwards. And face down in the dirt. And that's it. And the orc goes down.
Oh.
Wow.
That inflict wounds
Blimey.
from the
I was gonna do so much cool
Yeah.
stuff on my turn. All I did was shock him from a bush. Is all I did.
That,
I mean,
Oh, man.
yeah. I would just
that inflict wounds. That was so good.
That was
Who
a
Who
lot of
feels
wounds.
bad?
even
Who
Yeah.
feels really bad?
I don't feel anything. I don't know who this man is.
it was
So,
more of a
yeah.
story-based fight than something to actually.
Yeah.
For the
Sorry,
record,
I
I
feel
was
bad
going
that
to
I didn't
cast-
get to actually hit him in the sword.
I was going to cast Fairy Fire on the basis that I don't really know who this dude is, but I guess I can highlight he's there for those of you that seem to have beef with him. So that's that.
thanks
Just a
For the-
big
for the
neon
record-
arrow. This guy.
I was going to use my brand new. I was going to.
He was
going to
be violety
I was
flamey.
going to be so
Ah.
But no.
But yes, as the echoes of your combat with the members of the Black Marauders echoes into this fight, you take a moment to just kind of look around again. It's like two battles on top of each other. There's now shark spiders and and an orc just face down in the same place.
Half expecting Kelpie to appear and be like, not another one.
But
My family.
remember that
I told you.
you were mid conversation with Douglas before you were so rudely interrupted.
How rude of this man to try and avenge.
Given that I'm on a tree above Douglas, can I just drop out of the tree casually in front of him and be like, hi, we've not been introduced. I'm Thule. I've just met these people.
And Douglas will be a bit surprised at the figure that is just suddenly dropping in front of him.
I can't move myself, so I can't actually drop. But
Yeah, I can't move myself either.
yeah.
But it's okay. Pleasure to meet you. And he'll give a little bow.
What does Douglas bowing look like?
It just kind of
Clank,
hinge at the
Just kind of,
waist.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Is there like a bow button inside that?
yeah.
Just shoulders
Auto
stiffen,
bow.
and literally, yeah, like he's got a hinge on his waist. Just goes.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's just
Like-
a right angle. It's just like that, and then back up.
It's like I've got like a
Back-
reclining
back
chair
quick
as like an
from the side,
exoskeleton. Just like,
Yeah.
yeah, amazing. But yeah, Douglas, now that the fight is over, is going to return to looking at the. Can I go and examine the bodies of the corpses of the half spiders, the shiders?
Sure.
Kind of horrified. Yeah.
I'm going
just
to
kind of-
watch with interest as you inspect them.
Do I recognize them, Dave? Do they look similar to the ones in the bottom of the Mechanist Guild?
Make an investigation check.
Rog, McDodge. Oh, mama. Oh dear, that is a 5+. Hang on a minute. 5 + 5, so 10.
Okay. They have similarities, 8 legs, but the creature you met was another step larger than these.
Oh yeah, no, I'm more looking at like, is it like have they been artificially sutured in the same way?
Oh,
as, like,
sure, yeah.
some of the
So
other
yeah, so
horrors that were down there.
the creature that you met, from what you could see in the darkness of the cell, didn't seem to be a creation of that manner.
Okay.
Whatever that thing was. The living one you met, not the mechanical one.
The one that was like,
Yeah. No, there were other things that were
Anything?
like spliced together though, weren't
yeah.
No, there was a large frog
were there
creature which had been cut open and stitched back together itself,
they?
but it
Oh,
hadn't
I
been
see.
stitched to anything
Something else.
different.
Who
Yes.
was the one that was like, help me? Is that the one that we're assuming became the Mecha Dryad? Because there was one that spoke to you when
yes,
you went dungeon diving
The
before.
Dryder requested that you free them.
That was it.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
No,
I was under the impression that it had been spliced together, which is why I thought it might have been the
No,
same
no,
thing. Which is why
that one
I
seemed to be
see.
a creature in its own right, and the frog thing seemed to have been cut open and sewn back together, but just like
Okay.
some manner of vivisection.
Right.
In that case, yeah, then I guess I take back everything because I thought these
Sure,
were.
but it's still
Yeah,
unnerving
new
to
horror.
see a spider
yeah.
creature after your
Yeah,
encounter.
especially given what's happened. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
it's not a wrong conclusion to draw, probably. Or no, what's the word I'm trying to say?
Yeah, for sure.
One can understand why one came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider shark.
Yeah. I guess I would walk up to the party, and just begin speaking with them. It's good to see you all again. Although I do have some bad news.
Can I just interrupt and be like, they said you were 12 days away. How did you get here?
Teleportation spell is my best guess.
Nice.
Cool.
So
In character. Nice.
yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
You You were saying
It's
something
Yuna.
about Yuna. Why is
It's
she
Yuna.
not here?
She's with the god now.
What?
She passed in battle. I wasn't
How?
there. I wasn't there, but I found her body, and I think I know what. I think I faced what did it to her too. She's gone. And as Douglas is saying this, he is like visibly trying to not break down and is looking at the floor, but is sort of failing.
How long ago?
Day or two, maybe. I've had her body sent to Forth, and she had no kin, so I was going to inform you, and then return to the Forth to sort out a crypt and to make sure she is properly sent off as she deserves.
How did you get here so fast?
There was a whole thing with a member of the Arcanist Guild who also happened to know Yulna by the looks of it and tracked me down and offered to send me back so I could inform you.
And it would take us over 10 days to get back. Normally. Right? This is kind of to the group. What's the fastest way back?
I assume I would know if you said earlier that Fola has just reached you, and given how long ago I sent him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the crow flies, so to speak.
Yeah.
Ew.
So yeah.
Like a
Ew.
crow.
Yeah, as the crow flies, like I don't know, probably a bit quicker than 12 days maybe,
Eh?
because that was based on Baracus's foot
It was a
traveling on foot,
while.
right? So Fola's a machine, so he doesn't need to rest, so he could just keep going. But yeah,
And we have no way to teleport back.
no. But her remains will be sent to the Fourth, and I wanted to. I will be departing from you for the time being. I have to see to her funeral. It's the least I can do. I'll be building a crypt, and then I don't know when I shall return. I have many things to think about. But maybe someday.
Can Thule, being as slightly tone deaf as she is, but she realizes something real bad's happened, can I pick a flower and give it to Douglas and just like pat him on the shoulder and be like, give him a flower?
Douglas will take it and say, "Thank you. No, I do not know who you are."
I'm Thule.
Well, I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
I'm sorry as that.
Douglas is going to walk up to Magpie, and he's going to run.
Magpie she's got tears down her face.
He's going to rummage around in his satchel and produce Yulna's dagger. He said, "I found this on the creature that I presume did that to her. I'm going to flip it around by the blade and hand it to Magpie. So to remember her."
Magpie takes it with a shaking hand and is about to like put it in her belt, and then just drops it to the floor and just gives Douglas a massive hug.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, Douglas loses it and just starts bawling.
Yeah.
Baracus walks up and lays a hand on your shoulder. I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
If I may make a suggestion. Sleetle Drake is but half a day's travel from here. Before you depart, why don't we raise a glass to your friend? Tell stories of her might. Sing of her victories. The parting may still be bitter, but at least we will have the night to remember.
A fine idea. Sounds good.
Then we continue.
Baracus doesn't know the area too well, does he?
He
He's like
has-
as much of some.
Yeah, he's like a vague understanding, as in like, you know, seen a map once or twice.
Okay. I mean, it's not going to get anywhere, but I'm going to turn to Baracus and just say, like, do you know any way to get me back there within the next 8 days? Is there a town nearby? Is there a town we can reach?
There are cities and organizations within cities that keep circles, teleportation circles, that lead to places. It's possible the island of Skip has such a place, but to reach somewhere with a teleportation circle, unless it were the capital, I do not think you would make it in time.
I'm just gonna walk away for a second, and I have no response. This is just a fine, kind of just shut down, walk away.
Magpie's gonna go to one of the trees and start carving Yulna's name in the tree with her dagger.
Yeah.
Thule is inspecting a patch of mushrooms nearby with curiosity.
Zender's been quite quiet. He's been pacing around a bit. He's gonna audibly let out a sort of shout of probably bordering on rage, anger, upsetness, and completely destroy a bush. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the shit out of a bush
Nice.
in
Nice.
some kind of rage-fueled upsetness. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm not going to make the noise for you, chat, because it's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Noticing this, I think Douglas would take in a deep breath and say, if it's any consolation, that devil, and spit on the ground, Tanner, is no longer of this world either. And Douglas's face shifts from sadness to there's a fire in his eyes, as he's recalling how angry he was when he killed Tanner, that quickly fades back to sadness again once he stops talking.
And thank you, Douglas, for coming all this way. I just want to keep my friends safe, and I couldn't do it again.
I know how you feel. She was only there because I asked her to.
We all would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I suppose. Doesn't make it any easier. But at least now she will be immortalized in stone. I know a few top masons in Tavari's Deep, and I'll work on it personally, because I still have her visage etched into my mind. So I'll personally see to it. I'll carve it myself.
I'd certainly love to visit your home in the future.
Yes, if any of you ever stop by Dvari's Deep, tell the guards that your a guest of Clan Deepforge, and you'll be welcome in my hearth, open arms, and a full mug.
Tulu will mutter in the background, I've never been to the Dwarf City.
Yeah, well, I suppose nothing can be done. All that's left to do now is to drink to her name and recount her courage and glory. Where is that town? Whatever your name is, I apologize, I don't know you.
I am Baracus Creed of the Dawn Marshals.
I thought it was Dust Marshals.
Dust Marshals. The other
I
one.
actually can't. I actually can't
Last
deal with
dawn,
Marcus.
you know, same.
I
Yes.
actually can't deal with him.
Depends what time of day it is as to which
Yeah,
marshals.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true, yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
The marshals of the current time of day.
Yeah.
Time marshals.
Yeah.
Southwest of here, high in the mountains, the town of Steep Point. I kept saying Sleetledrake earlier. That's a different town. Steep Point is the one we're heading to.
Cool.
Cool.
We can make it by nightfall.
Then we best get moving.
Baracus
And,
turns to Thule. Will you come with us, or will you remain?
I will accompany you. I feel this is the best way to follow you for the moment and see in this time of mourning for you. I will accompany you.
Very well.
Thank you.
As you collect yourselves and continue on foot towards the town of Steep Point, the ground kind of rises up and starts to get less grassy and more rocky as you go. Still on the edge of the forest. The forest seems to follow the mountain as the ground rises up. Kind of, you can see it now going high up the slopes towards the Fifth Mountains, which is a really large kind of mountain range, kind of almost circular in shape, where the inners are kind of so kind of impassable that it's possible that very few people have ever even been anywhere near it. But as you continue looking at the peaks as the sun moves across the sky ahead of you, you walk mostly in silence, just the somber air taking hold of all of you, and you continue making pretty good time. You do make your way up and up through a winding path in the mountains until you do see the silhouette of some buildings looming over some of the rocks.
Question.
Yes.
Did we just leave Ira back there?
No, she's coming too.
Oh, she's coming through. Okay, good. Just suddenly thought, oh no, we just left an old lady in the middle of the woods.
Cold
Bye.
War.
I don't think Ira cares.
Cold War's
No.
another day beyond Steep Point. This is the quickest way.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think Ira's the one protecting us.
Yeah.
Iris
At this point.
seems to be the one who knows these paths slightly better than anyone else
Slayer
in the
of
party.
orc
Yeah.
guy.
With elbow.
Yeah. Death by elbow.
Mhm.
With your aching feet and your aching backs as you continue to climb up, you are relieved to see the buildings of this town. But as you get closer, they come more into focus, and you can see this is not the kind of town you were expecting. You didn't think it was going to be a grand city, but this is dilapidated. This is in terrible shape. As you approach, there's 2 or 3 houses that are completely flattened. One that's maybe burnt out by some manner of fire. There's other ones that are kind of still mostly standing, but bits of the roofs caved in. You can see scaffolding and sheets and things pulled over the top of stuff. And you pass by some people working to rebuild stuff, and seems to be a kind of fairly depressing air about the whole town, but people still kind of going about their lives and making do as best they can.
I turn to Thule and like, Thule, how long have you been on the island for?
I come and go. I mostly stick to forests.
But
This
have
is-
you lived here your entire life? Or
No,
do you know the people of this island well?
no,
Seems like they have quite a lot of troubles. No, you don't. Okay,
no.
you mostly stick to yourself. I understand. I get that.
Yes.
So you've never been
I-
to the town before?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well,
It seems
Does
you
it
had a
look-
question. I'm sorry, I'm unable to assist any further. This town does not look like any others I have seen so far in this realm.
DM, does it look like, as a fire expert, does it?
As a
I'm
pirate.
try-
I would like
I'm trying-
I would like
Yes.
your documents.
I was trying to put pyromaniac slightly more politely.
Oh, thank goodness the fire service are here. Well, in a sense.
We will give you fire. Does this look like? Does this look like? Basically, does this look like a dragon fire, or does this look like something accidental that's gone out of control, or does this look like it's been deliberately done to inflict the most damage?
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
Well, now see,
that
that building's
is-
been on fire for the last 40 years.
Yeah, 16.
From your reading growing up, you learnt that dragon's breath is particularly obviously destructive, but in most cases it's either in a long line or in a wide cone.
Right.
So when you see houses destroyed, particularly from the air by dragon fire, you get many houses in a row all destroyed, whereas this seems to be a couple of houses here and there that seem to have caught fire somehow, but it seems to be generally in the whole realm of destruction about the town, in that there's some houses together seems to have been almost completely flattened, and there's just piles of rubble left up. So, I mean, if you had to guess, there was definitely some manner of calamity here.
Is there like an obvious trail? Or like
Uh,
localized hotspots?
Not that you can see. I mean, the town's not massive, but
Yeah, okay.
you can, as you make your way through, you'd guess maybe 60 to 70% of the buildings have sustained
Okay.
kind of a decent amount of damage, with maybe 10-20% of that completely flattened.
Like, is there... You said there's sort of people around working on buildings.
Yeah.
Can I just say to one of them, what happened here? Your town is in disarray.
It's... And they just start breaking down, and someone next to them goes to comfort them. And I'm sorry, it's a fresh wound. It's only been a few weeks, maybe a month, but we were set upon. Great destruction from the sky. It came from the south. We thought at first it was just going to pass us by and continue to the mountains, but it It landed, swinging its mighty wings and massive tail, flattening buildings in its wake.
That sounds bad.
It ravaged almost half of our population. It plundered our stores, took what it could in its giant maw, and then took flight once again to the mountains in the north. Dragon scum.
Magpie. Yeah, Magpie raises her hand very gingerly and says, "What color was it?"
It's dark. Dark as the night sky.
Oh.
Ah.
That is very bad.
Baracus turns to you. There were rumors of such a creature in Westerhaven. Did you hear of anything?
I drag him like a little further away from the people and sort of say, "You could say that. We failed to kill it, basically. It was masquerading as
failed to kill us.
also that.
Mm.
It was masquerading as a person, and we did not know, and we went to deal with the person because he was being a bad guy, and it was a dragon, and we nearly killed it, but it got away."
I see. These are dangerous old foes. Deadly to face, maybe deadlier to leave alive.
Yeah.
Should be wary.
What do we do now?
Out of character, I'm wondering, could the dragon have now beef with the king and therefore be involved in the kidnapping of the son? But then if it's smashing up villages, then that's like less calculated than kidnap, so...
Well, the dragon probably doesn't care. It was
It might
pretty...
have just been
also
hungry.
thinking that.
Yeah, it was
Dragon-
pretty bent on
dragons be
destruction when
dragoning.
it left Westerhaven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as opposed to, calculated actions.
Based on what they said of the timeline, it's possible this was the dragon leaving Westerhaven and immediately going in search
Right.
of sustenance.
Okay.
And
So
Yeah.
it's just been on
Supplies.
its way. Ouch, I just got my butt kicked a bit, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm angry at these people for no reason. Really. Not good.
If it's injured, maybe we could... No. I was about to say talk to it.
Little chat. I guess the chappie that was saying to
mean,
us can Tuli follow up and just say, I'm sorry, your town is damaged. Do you have a inn or a place where we can stay?
So, where's the pub?
Of course.
Yeah,
that-
basically.
Sorry about the town, but where can we get a drink?
I mean, we're on a mission to like
We do need lodging.
celebrate
we
this
do need lodging.
person's life and death. Like that's what Tuli's thinking. Like,
Yes, it was one of the earlier places we repaired. The town needed somewhere to rally around and blow off steam.
I do not produce steam.
It's a manner of speaking. It's a
Actually,
phrase.
technically, sometimes you do.
No, slightly further up the hill. the Indigo Mace.
Great name.
I presume there is a sign that has a blue-coloured handheld weapon upon it.
There was. It's now we just painted the Indigo Mace on the front wall in paint.
Excellent. It will help us locate it. Thank you very much.
So you continue on through the town, seeing the various levels of destruction. A few people around. A couple of children run past, seemingly unworried by their situation, laughing and playing in the rubble and soot. But you continue on and you do see a pub that seems 100 times more vibrant than the rest of the town around it. It seems like that's where everybody goes to forget their worries and enjoy an evening. So,
Is it called Cheers?
No, it's called the Purple Mace. Or something.
Oh, the
Indigo,
the Indigo
Mace.
Mace, yes.
That's it.
So, yeah, there's music and revelry going around. If you weren't to look outside, you could maybe imagine that not some terrible calamity hadn't happened to this town as you're
Ooh, music.
drinking and enjoying. So yeah, you enter the pub. What would you like to do?
Did you say there's
Order.
music?
There is music.
Is anyone dancing?
There's a few people
why
dancing.
Oh, does Tuli like to boogie?
Yes. Tuli
Yay.
is going to join the people boogieing and be very
Nice.
happy about it.
Excellent.
No. Douglas is going to head to the bar and get pints for everyone.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah, you find a spot, kind of greeted by a couple of the locals. A few more are a bit more suspicious and casting sideways glances at you, but you sit around and take the drinks that Douglas is offering to you.
And Douglas would like to stand up straight with a mug in his hand, hold it aloft, and say, "For the best among us, she had a fire in her heart, steel in her soul. May she now rest below fine art and return to the fold." Yulna.
Deal.
And down the pint.
Empty, but you know.
Yeah. And I guess begin recounting stories about
Yeah.
Yulna and, her escapades. And, just kind of the sadness in Douglas's voice kind of shifts to, kind of like he's reminiscing, almost celebrating them, like kind of, laughing and like just kind of remembering about all the, the good times and the fun, and kind of sharing embellished stories of battle, with Yulna and making sure everyone in the tavern hears.
Yeah.
So that, so that Yulna's memory will exist in more than our minds.
You spend the evening drinking and sharing stories of how you all met and time spent with Yulna. The tavern keeper seems happy to have you there, to have a outside coin coming in to the town, and is very friendly. I'd say you'd spend, let's call it 10 gold for drinks and rooms for the night and kind of food and everything like that.
Yeah, we make sure there's a round of tea in there as well.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Like as the evening kind of wears on, I don't know who's sitting where, but I sort of, I guess, sit next to Douglas, and just sort of pat sort of touch him on the shoulder and is just like, you seem very good at dealing with this. Does it always? I've never been through this. I feel empty. Is that normal?
It's normal. It's a terrible thing. But, you know, we must go through it. We must grieve. It's the best way of doing it. And in our culture, you know, we accept the losses of the fallen. We allow ourselves to feel that loss, that void of that person once filled, and then once we understand it and we allow ourselves to feel it, we begin refilling it again with memories of our times with that person, of the stories, of their triumphs, of their greatest victories. So it's important to mourn, and it's normal to grieve, but also don't let it consume you, which is easier said than done. Just remember who she was, and it will get easier with time.
Okay. I'm not likely to forget her anytime soon.
Me neither. And neither will anyone in Dvari's Deep, for I shall make the statue atop her crypt the grandest in the yard.
I mean, it'll be pretty tall as is.
Yeah, you're right. It's gonna cost an arm and a leg in stone, I'll tell you.
Have to reinforce the ears or something.
Yeah, it can be done. But, you know, it'll be the first thing you see as you enter the yard.
Nice.
And it shall be grand. The grandest I've ever made.
Magpie gives Douglas another big hug.
Mm-hmm. Douglas reciprocates with a firm pat on the back, but maybe not realizing his own strength. Sorry.
Wonder goes off.
Yeah, no, they just repaired it. No.
Oh, and by the way, that's Baracus. I don't know if you were introduced. And that's an old lady who we're taking somewhere.
I don't believe we've met. No.
Hello, I'm Ira Marsh. I'm on my way to Cold War. My son is the High Priest of Cold War. He's a very, very important man. He's looking forward to my visit. He sent many people to come and get me, but I told them to leave me alone. I'm fine. I can do it myself. I'm 82. I'm not
He sounds
dead.
like a good man.
Good. Oh, he is. He's the best.
Well, I'm glad. Well, it's good to meet you. And Baracus too, was it?
Yes, Baracus Creed. I am.
Pleasure to meet you.
I am here on a mission of protection for both your friend and our realm in greater strides.
Magpie gives Douglas a kind of awkward sort of thumbs up.
And Douglas, I assume, like, puts two and two together. And it's like, oh. I see. And, go on.
No, you carry on.
No. He was just going to introduce himself, because I don't know if he gave his name to Baracus. So he was just going to do that. He was just going to introduce himself, the son of Dwayl and son of Dane and all that. Yeah.
I assume Douglas may have heard of, like, given that the fourth is on the same continent as Comed and stuff, you've probably heard of, like, the Tiefling capital.
I assume I would have heard of it.
Sure. In passing reference, yeah, it's still a long, long way away, but
Sure.
in
Far
your
to
kind
the
of
south,
general
but-
general upbringing, schooling.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Sure. Fair enough. Yeah. So I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, unless there's anything else anyone wants to have
I don't think
done
so.
during the evening, you
Not for me.
spend the rest of your time drinking and enjoying yourself, and eventually turn in to your rooms for the night.
Magpie got a little bit drunk towards the end of the evening and has, because she now thinks that carving things into things with Yulna's dagger is the utmost form of respect, has carved the worst picture of Yulna into the table. Like, we're talking
Sure.
toddler level.
Yep. Perfect.
Just,
Okay.
But with like a real artisan's determination. And not
oh,
like
absolutely.
the like,
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
you
like
are
her tongue is sticking out of brows of furrow and properly.
agonizing over every scratch, and it's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll turn into the night. After a while, Magpie, you hear a knock at your door.
Yes.
Hello, dearie. Can I talk to you?
Of course. Come in.
Thank you. It's hard to lose somebody. At my age, I've lost about as many friends as I've had, and it's not the end. You carry people with you. You never forget. I have something. I think your friend would want you to have it.
Oh.
And she pulls a kind of like a bundle of cloth from behind her back, begins unwrapping it, and then with the kind of unearthly speed you've seen her display in battle, she dashes towards you and is close, cheek to cheek, her body pressed against you, and you feel a pain in your stomach.
No.
And you look down as she steps away, and you see a dagger sticking out of your stomach.
Ireno.
A dagger that is vaguely familiar. A dagger you've seen Yulna use. A dagger you last saw stuck in the thick hide of a dragon as it escaped.
Whoa, bro.
And
Bruh.
you take... Let's just have a look here.
Bruh, indeed.
I've already used Hellish Rebuke today, damn it!
Bruh.
One time!
You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And she says again, "You should have killed me when you had the chance."
Nice.
And she shoves you. Do you want to make a contested athletics check for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh no, that's a 5. Hang on, wait, what's my athletics?
Can you beat a 16?
No.
Okay.
6.
She shoves you as hard as she can backwards
Thought something was off.
towards the open window.
Before she'd be on.
And as it hits you in the back of the knees and you fall, you land on the ground, taking 6 points of falling damage.
Ow.
Ooh.
The wind knocked out of you, and you look up, and against the moon in the sky, You see a dark shadow, long tail, leathery wings pass by. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Ah!
Oh my lord.
Okay, Magpie's found her nemesis.
So cool.
I mean, the good news
Dragons,
is
all of our
that
nemesises.
Yeah.
they could, if they'd known how to use the dagger and been attuned to it, which I assume they aren't, they could have done necrotic damage to you as well. So.
Well, I'm very glad they
Yeah, suck
didn't.
it.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah, stupid dragon. Don't know how to use the stabbies properly.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that was a cliffhanger.
Dun, 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 dun,
Good
dun,
lord.
dun, dun, dun.
so yeah, we'll pick up next time. Hopefully in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens next.
Yes.
But thanks for being here, everybody. Good times.
Well, thank you.
Yay, thank
Good
you.
Yeah.
episode.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah.
nice
thanks
to be
for
back.
doing
Can I
Yeah, it
quickly
is.
say that I now have in my possession this lovely Uno that was
Oh,
made.
That's
and
so
sent
yes.
in.
Oh,
that. Look at
It was
that.
sent in a while
I
ago
remember
to
that.
John's PO box, but
Yes,
I
the
now
rest
have
of them.
amazing.
possession of them.
The rest of them are just
So-
in a box in the shed. So
Oh,
If
nice.
anybody wants.
But she's
them
got a little
themselves.
tail,
Yeah.
and she's got a cape,
sure, Lorna,
and
we
a
can
sappy
send
sappy,
yours. The rest of you can
Oh yeah.
grab
Please.
yours.
Ian
whenever.
Wells, just pop over.
But yeah, it has.
Yeah. Go on.
It has been.
Yeah.
It's been delivered. So it's slightly bittersweet, but it is absolutely amazing. And I
Aw.
forget who made it, but you are wonderful.
I
and thank you
think
so
Dr.
much.
Lemon
So,
Socks, but I could be wrong.
If it
That
was
was
lemon socks,
really
thank you
It
so
was,
much.
yes.
If it was not,
Hey, there
then
you go.
Hey.
It's amazing.
Yay!
So cool.
Thank you so much.
Very cool.
I love her. Meh. Especially the earrings. Like, there's so many details on it. It's just so cool. But yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
Nice.
That's really
She
cool.
sits on my shelf and watches me at the computer. I'm an adult.
Right,
Adults can
well,
have toys.
I guess I'll send you one. I mean, normally high rollers are finished by the time we
really?
finish because they often raid us. But it looks like they've got a finale going on of
Ooh.
their
nice.
campaign.
The rare reverse high rollers raid.
Episode 191. I mean, that's a
Blimey.
big number. They do,
Damn.
they do
Little
get
bit
to it more
ahead of us
often
with-
than we do.
Yeah.
That is true.
Cool.
Yeah, they have the.
I will send everybody over there, so go say hi.
Yay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Or else.
Cool. Thanks for being here, everyone. Hopefully see you all soon.
Yay.
I'll be streaming some other stuff this week. Me and Sam will finish We Were Here Forever, or at least continue it and see
Yeah.
how long it takes.
Yeah. Continue. Let's bank on that one.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Say hi to High Rollers for us. Much love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Where's my button? This button.